Well, everybody, it's also Counts Podcast. News of the week, news time, news day. What do we call this? News day? Yes,
Newsday.
news day, everybody. We're doing it
It's Newsday.
live.
I mean, you may put it out on Monday, so it doesn't quite rhyme with Tuesday, but you might put it out on Tuesday.
Who
Mark's
knows?
unpredictable. He's unpredictable.
I'm just busy. I'm not, I'm just trying. Doing my best. Doing my best. So let's get into it. Well, we'll get into the plugs and all that stuff. I got the plugs. I already pulled some things. You didn't even know. You didn't even know what I did. You don't know
I
what
don't
I
know what
did.
you do. No, no.
You don't know
I
what I did. Let me
my
make sure
spy
I have it
cameras
with me.
have been off lately in your house.
Yeah, you were just over planning more of them. It's embarrassing. All right, let's do this. Let me hit the shares. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I almost put this on last week's show, but because I know that we've been all about Chapel and your everything's Chapel and
Everything's
your
been Chapel
and your
lately.
and your in your not Instagram and your
Yeah,
X
my
Twitter.
Twitter. Nope.
So this
X,
was
what's that?
in what? Extreme Destroyer. This was the black. What was the black cover? The black cover was that Extreme Destroyer? Extreme Sacrifice?
Extreme. Yeah.
I think Extreme
Extreme Destroyer.
Sacrifice,
Wait.
Extreme Destroyer,
Sacrifice. Yeah, Extreme
Extreme.
Sacrifice came bagged with original cards, right?
Yeah, so
And
I got
Extreme
this last
Destroyer came.
weekend, and it had the bag. You saw the bag on it. I thought it was sealed, but it was open. So someone read it, but they left the card in it. It's kind of a weird drawing because it's like I guess it's a Matsuda drawing, but it's a Liefeld inking. You think, yeah? Is that what we think
Maybe,
happened?
maybe. And I guess because normally the name on top denotes the penciler, and Liefeld's name's first. But maybe Matsuda signed the pencil in a way that Liefeld's like, well, I am making this. I'll just put my name wherever I can find it.
Yeah, it's
So
too
it's
low.
kind of
I can't
it's
tell.
a weird. No, you can't tell. It's got attributes of both,
Yeah.
but it's
Was
cool.
there nine cards for this? Because on the back is like the part of an image. And I'm like, there's nothing, it's not like a Chapel like character card. On the back of it's like,
No, I feel like this is part of the Extreme card series, which was really good. There was a whole
hmm,
Extreme, and I think that's what this is. I
these
think
cards,
I didn't
man.
do my research for this.
Cards are out of control. Out of control.
They're fun.
So last week I did a reel. We had that Jack Kirby clip, and I did a reel, and it was a 30-second reel, and it took me like 2 hours to edit it. So because I wanted to color grade it, and I want pictures that I had in there, and I subtitled it. And actually, what I think is interesting is that so the function of some of this stuff does all AI caption, right? So AI captions it, but people don't talk that clearly, right? Just like I don't talk like clearly right now, even just talking. So the subtitles are always a little bit off, but I find that the reels that I see online that someone kind of did now as like not a professional editor, but like a hobby editor, sort of, I'm just like, you guys can do a better job. Because like there's a couple times, he doesn't speak super clearly. It's Jack Kirby, right?
Yeah.
So I fixed what he's saying. I
He's a
made it.
seven. He's like a
Was that?
65, 70-year-old man from Brooklyn at this point. Like,
Yeah. So every time I see one that's wrong or syntax is wrong or there's not enough letters, I'm just like, come on, people, you can do it. It doesn't. It's not. It's just click. I know you're trying to get the content out. I get it, but so it is interesting. Now I feel like whenever I watch these different video essays and stuff, I just get very particular. So probably not great. I don't need more brain activity.
I
So,
do,
but
I do like that Jack Kirby drops Captain Victory as a hero. I'm like, yeah, you're damn right. Captain Victory is a
yeah, yeah,
hero.
yeah. They mention it, but they do. I almost corrected it when they does the intro because it says like, what did you say is Captain America and Spider-Man
Yeah,
creator?
yeah. It's like,
Mm,
you can't do. You could have said any other Marvel character, and probably Jack Kirby created it. But you say the
correct.
one
The
character
one
he
character he's not.
didn't. The
Right.
one. Not that he
Yeah.
didn't take a pass at it. I think we said that last week. He has a Spider-Man design, but
Right.
they went with Ditko because Ditko's was just so different from a Kirby design. It worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Please. And then this video. So I have an Awestruck Comics Everything is a Dollar video up on YouTube, but and you said, not that smart. We already know this. I like the way this looks when I shot it like 60 frames per second, but when it exported the video, it's like 9 GB. So I was like, all right, I'm going to put this on. I don't
You
remember
didn't
how
have a
I did it.
70. You didn't have a 70 millimeter camera to record this in, Mark.
I don't remember Super 70. Yeah, but I'm going to shoot this from across the street. Um, like I don't remember how I did it because I did the grand opening video, but I guess I didn't shoot it that high res. So I have to try and figure out today how I can dumb this down. I'm not going to chop it up in 8 segments and put it on, but I wanted it on Instagram because I format it in the
Right.
rectangle. I watch a lot of stuff rectangle. I watch a lot of stuff, meaning I watch a lot of stuff like just with my phone standing up. You know what I
Like
mean? I
like
think that's fun.
a vertical
Yeah,
video, not a
yeah. So like versus, so I feel like I watch a lot of story, and again, I feel like this has ruined all entertainment. I think it's ruined everything. So when we talk about box office, which we tend to talk about box office quite a bit on what's making what and how, why it can't make money. It's just literally editing. It's literally attention span. It's literally dopamine hits. Your brain has to have so many. We are not entertained. We don't have the patience for it. Our brains are now trained to be entertained quickly. Doom scroll, 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 scroll. Like I get it. I totally get it. It sucks, but I get it. So I think they need to like trim out the budgets. There's a reason why weapons start with the story, start with, and just try not to spend so much fucking money. I wonder if we can accept it though. Like, but would we accept a Fantastic Four movie that doesn't have like a certain X production value? I think so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think if the story is good enough, I don't think it, again, I don't think that they need to have hydraulics in the chalkboard. Okay, you don't need to make a working hydraulic chalkboard for Reed Richards to show it in a behind the scenes video. Or, and I told you about that Superman making of where they're like, look at this, we have chargers for the robots. You can put
right.
6 robots in each one. They're like, but in this room, I'm like, you don't see that fucking room. Why do you have that? Why did you build that? Like, you know what I mean? And then they just,
Yeah, they don't get to utilize it. I
I
mean,
don't need.
hopefully in Man of Tomorrow we'll get to see that room.
Yeah, we'll go over that. But like, I just feel like they're just. I don't know. I don't know. I think you could do it because I feel like I'm as entertained. I'm watching, you know, are you trying to get the actors? I guess there's got to be some type. I thought the volume was going to be a little bit better. There could be half and half. When they were doing Mandalorian, the volume was half set. You'd have like actual some practical set, some rocks and shit. Uh,
Right.
but I feel like whenever you see these behind the scenes videos, you're like, I feel like I was in there because it was a whole Fortress of Solitude. And I'm like, I know, but how many fucking million? They're gonna tear it down. They're tearing it down.
Are they?
I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure.
All right.
Um,
Typically, you're right, but Supergirl went into production right away, and now, like we said, Man of Tomorrow. So they're keeping that. I think they're keeping that set. I think James Gunn, he's going into the DC movies. What did he say? We're not doing a movie unless we got a good script.
yeah,
Well, I think he's also financially conscientious of what these scripts are going to cost. Like, let's write a movie. Let's only make what we need to make. So I
right.
think even though you're like, he spent so much money on this fortress, and typically you're right. There's a lot of movies that just waste money. Flash in particular, we've talked about ad nauseum how they wasted so much money for the Flash movie
Yeah,
on scenes that people hate. Let's CGI a building collapsing in slow motion and give people the worst CGI possible. You didn't even need to have that scene. Nobody cares. It's the most boring scene
yeah,
ever.
yeah, yeah. Right,
You know?
right. No, you don't need it. But I feel like I watched an interview with Zach Kreger who did Weapons, and that was I think under 30 million, and a lot of it, he said was just getting the best out of the stars, but a lot of it was the set. And because they asked him about the set, because there's a sequence at the end, which I won't spoil. And they're like, well, how'd you do that? They're like, well, we basically had like a block. We made like a city block. And the podcaster host was on the set one day, like there. And he's like, kind of, he could tell he was like fishing for a bathroom. He's like, don't go in the bathroom in there. That's not a real bathroom. Like it won't flush. Like it's like it won't. It might be stuff that looks like a bathroom, but it's not. And I think that's a lot of Atlanta. I feel that like Tyler Perry has like neighborhoods, which I think is pretty funny. Like he has like full cul-de-sac neighborhoods. Like it's a full set and
Yes.
and 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 like cutaways in different rooms and behind the scenes, just like Truman Show, basically, right? You
Yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah.
Truman,
Or
so
is it Colonial Street? There's a street
uh
on the Universal lot. You know what I'm talking
oh
about.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
where like
yeah.
they filmed The Munsters. It's where they filmed Desperate Housewives. It's where they filmed like Desperate Housewives. That whole street was like totally utilized in a way.
Mhm.
Wisteria Lane, I
Right.
think it was on Desperate Housewives. But like that street gets just used and used and used, and it's so damn cool looking. I'm almost surprised they even have like the lot ride through it. Like you could take that tram ride,
Right, right, right.
and
Yeah.
it's the Universal ride everyone knows. Here's the Jaws. Here's the crash plane from that Tom Cruise movie. What the hell movie was that with the crash plane?
I don't remember. Oh,
It was
American Made or something like that. American something.
oh my God, that was such a big movie, and I totally forget the name of it. That was like I guess after Mission Impossible 2, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What didn't he crash a plane? But I thought he actually crashed a regular plane, like a biplane or something, like
No,
himself.
no, this was like a full like airplane, like oh, it's so cool. They just have it. They have it crashed on the lot ride. They also have the cabin from The Great Outdoors, the John Candy movie that like I loved as
Right,
a kid.
right. There's a John
I
Candy documentary coming out that Ryan
I
Reynolds produced.
I
I watched the
can't
trailer
wait.
for it.
I didn't
And
realize. Oh, fellow Canadian. Right, I get it. I'm
yeah,
gonna
but
cry
I,
though.
I I feel like yeah, sure, but I feel like I saw some clip of Ryan Reynolds yesterday, and they were like, "Look how rude he is, this child interviewer," and I'm like, I don't think he was at all. Like he makes fun of himself because he walked past him and he didn't see him. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but I would have been down the line, and then they would have made me like, well, you're a jerk." So he like took time out to go back. So I don't know. Again, I have a weird opinion of him now, so I'm not really sure what he's doing. I also
Yeah,
think
I
that
don't
I
know.
feel like everyone's trolling everything because did you see that Annie Taylor-Joy she posted a magic comic that has Doom in the corner and she's holding it up. So like I don't know if she's going to be in like she's going to be in Doomsday. They're
There's
gonna
no
have the New
reason she
Mutants.
shouldn't be.
I've okay. Here's I
That's
thought
like
about this morning.
okay.
Stop making I think here's what I think about Doomsday. I feel like you're not going to be able to have any room. I feel like there's too many people in it. There's a billion fucking people in it. The only reason that like the Infinity War comics work or Infinity War comics work is because you have all this ancillary shit. I feel like because of the way live action has to work for you, you don't have the ancillary shit. So it's just cameos upon cameos. Like it's not going to be able to breathe. You can have the New Mutants in there. You can, but you can't. Like you, it's like
You
who are
can't do
you
anything with them.
doing?
You can intermingle certain actors in with the X-Men.
I don't know.
That's all. Because they're
I don't know.
having like X-Men's a major part of this.
I know, but we already said to me, I feel like we already said goodbye to that stuff. It's over. Like if you're gonna still have that Fox stuff, then you should still have the Fox FF, or you're gonna have new FF. So I know that's what you want too. Just have Fox FF just show up there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I don't need a Fox FF movie, but like I like to know that they still exist. I'd
I mean,
like to know
look,
that there's a
Eowyn Griffle runs. You know what I mean? Like it's like
what is that dude's name? Like
E- Eowyn Griffland. Eowyn
like
Griffland.
I don't know how to say his first name. Owen?
I don't know.
Owen? I don't know.
Owen. I don't know. So anyway, I can't figure out how to do this. But there's just a pick of my comic room. This was the new layout. I end up trash picking this back here. So I've moved my records over there. I got a better space for that. Got my rack that I got at a thrift store. So I have a treasury rack, which is probably going to make me buy a skin breaker. I think that's in 2 weeks. So it's more and more like a comic book store every time I go in this room.
So
Every time.
funny.
I was in Target. I don't know what is this? The Dark Falcon. It looks cool. $200, 180 bucks. But what is happening here?
Oh, there's a new Star Wars Lego cartoon, I think. And it's like alternate reality stuff.
What on
It's
earth?
like so like that Darth Vader's like good Darth Vader, which is spun out of the Star Wars Infinities. Remember that? It was like a what if Star Wars
Yeah,
series.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Darth
This
Jar Jar, like that's important. Darth Ray, okay, we saw that. These are all
we kind of saw that. Yeah. It's like the fuck. Look at Beach Lucas. It looks like it's like Matthew. Wasn't there like a Matthew McConaughey like Beach Bum movie a couple years ago? That's what it looks like.
that's
It's really
what it
weird.
looks like.
Is that on Disney Plus now?
This movie, I don't know.
I don't know, but
I saw a commercial for it and didn't really like pay attention to it.
huh, crazy.
But yeah,
And then I saw this Barbie, and I was like, "That's got it. Maybe it's a fluke. Maybe someone went in there." Nope, there's two of them. No, just naked Barbies. Sounds good.
just
This was just a super quick haul. I went to Main Street yesterday, Main Street Comics, because I had to get this Sailor Steve Costigan. I have my subscription starting up at NJ Comic Stops like very, very soon, but until then, I have to kind of forage to get these books when they come out, and no one orders for shelf. It's just over. Like it's over. No one orders for shelf. I call some places,
no.
they don't know what
Everything's
I'm
everything's
talking
special
about.
order.
It sucks. It sucks because like I mean that means that no one can just see this and go, "What's that?" Like
My
there's no very,
my
very
new
minimal.
store orders for shelf, but they order like one for shelf. So if I wait like a
Yeah.
day, like, oh, this came out, do you have it? They're like, oh,
No.
we got one in and it's sold. I'm like, thanks. Can you
Yeah.
reorder it? We'll try. And then
Yeah.
they
They
always come
can't.
back to me, no, we can't. They never can get anything, and it's not their fault.
No.
But the publishers aren't printing over.
They're very
It is
beyond minimal over. Correct. Like when I asked John for a couple things, and he's like, "No, I can't get it." And I'm just like, I know he wants to get it, you
But
know?
it is all easy to get. It's all on the, they just go on the computer and they go, nope, can't get it.
Yeah, they can't
Yep,
play
I
it.
can get
Yeah.
it. Like back in the
Yeah.
day, you'd have to like call or
Yeah.
send
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
form. It was like really, and it was easier to get stuff back then. It was harder to get it, but they usually had it. Like
Right.
they usually had a
Right.
good back order supply. Now there's no back order supply.
Nah, it's over. So, but yeah, I mean, this is just again, pound for pound, and this store is so crazy too. And actually last time DeLuca was here, he was like foaming at my Kill Raven Essential. I was like, I see that kind of often. And I found it for $5, so he can have this. Actually, what I'll do is I'll check my copy and see if this is a bit better.
You'd be like, Pete, this thing cost me $10.
I already sent a picture of it too. But they have such good sets too. Like he was putting out a bunch of stuff, the owner, and I was like, I'm only in there for a couple minutes. I got stuff to do. I had to go to a birthday party. I was like, I can't be in there long. But like a 1 to 10, like, and the 10th issue is double size, War
Oh,
Child.
oh, you got all 10? That's a set?
Yeah, five
That's
bucks,
fun.
$5. And then this, like the black, white, and red, is like there's so many people in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so I have a couple issues of this in various spots because again, people may know I talk about it all the time. My collection is broken up by artists. So here I have a J so this one first one is Jason Pearson, Chris Sprouse. Second one is Alred, Guy Davis, Panda Brothers, Tim Sale, John Leone, Duncan Fegredo. So I need 3 copies of this.
To
Yuck.
put in your three different artist sections. You
Yeah.
know what's funny? Grendel is a huge hole of my. I never read Mage, and I like Matt Wagner. I've never read Mage, and Grendel I've only read War Child. I
Hmm.
read Black, White, and Red, and Grendel versus Batman, and that's my entirety of reading
Which
Grendel.
one?
And I'm like, Grendel versus Batman, all of them. There's
Oh,
three,
there's
right?
four. There's four. There's two issues.
Right. Yeah, I've
There's a
read all of them.
All right, Kamiko Batman, which is the Hunter Rose, and then you have the War Child one. You have the Space Grendel, basically. Second one's better. The War Child, well, with him coming back to that character himself, Wagner in the last 3 4 years, he has 2 miniseries of him out in space, and they're fucking amazing. They're fucking amazing. They're so good, it's insane. They're so good. I can't believe how much I like that. I mean, again, what's cool about Grendel is that like it was a character that he worked on himself, and then he kind of just took a back seat to go work on other stuff, work on Mage and work on the Demon and stuff. Like,
Hmm.
and then he gave like the Pander Brothers like the main book, which came out, and then he had
Which
to
is very
fight for the
divisive.
rights and stuff. I like it. I think I didn't like it originally. Again, you're right. The Pander Brothers are very polarizing, so I get that. Um, is it what's the Pee Wee Herman connection there? Or is that right? Or that was what's his
Pee
name?
Wee, that's Gary Painter.
Panther. That's right. You're right.
Right.
Not Pan.
Not
Okay,
don't
not same
pander to
people.
these people, Mark.
Not same people. Not same people. So
Gary Pander, by the way, he designed the sets for Pee Wee Herman, did the Playhouse, created all the Cherry and all that stuff, co-created that stuff, and then Weird Al also hired him for his Weird Al show. Weird Al has like
right.
a 1 year show. He has this chair made out of eyeballs that's like awesome looking.
Yeah, it was like the same show. It was kind of the same show.
Kind of, yeah.
I only got through like one episode of it. And I'm just like,
Oh, it's
this is
actually
too.
really. The problem is Weird Al wanted to do a sketch comedy show, and CBS is like, no, we don't need a sketch comedy show. We only have room for like a kids educational show. And Weird Al's like, okay, we'll do that. That's what we meant to say. We meant to say we're doing a kids educational show.
And then did
But
they do sketches on it? Kind of.
they do sketches. They do a couple original songs. You have there's one great episode where these miners burst through the wall, and Weird Al like hates miners because they're dirty and gross. But it's like Mike, what the hell's his name? I just lost it. God damn it. Who played Lenny and Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley? It's
Michael McKean.
Michael McKean. Michael McKean guest stars on an episode, and the guy who plays Squiggy, who was like Michael McKean's real life friend. Like they were actually
Oh
friends.
yeah.
Like you forget about him. He's also since passed. You know, Michael McKean's like the only surviving member of Laverne and Shirley. Like everyone's dead.
I know that I don't know how much I can take of I'm not sure if this new Spinal Tap should happen, by the way, because everything I've seen for it so far, the trailer doesn't look good. There was a trailer of everyone talking about how much they love the first one, which it's just all comedians and stuff. And then the trailer's not funny, and now they're doing all the new interviews lineup. They'll probably do hot ones or some shit, but they did one the other day, like the 10 essentials, and they had all like goofy essentials. And I'm like, I don't think we need this. I think this is going to ruin it. I think it's too far away. Like
It'll never ruin it. It'll
it
never
can
ruin the
ruin it.
original.
It can ruin it.
No, the original will always stand up on its own. Uh,
Blues
we'll
Brothers
see.
2000, you know what I mean? That ruins Blues Brothers in my opinion. I don't want to see it,
It doesn't ruin Blues Brothers, but
Doesn't
it does
really.
have the best car crash scene ever, which is just ridiculously funny. It's so not funny,
I
it
don't
becomes funny.
remember. Yeah, I don't remember
It's
that
like a
hardly at
hundred cop
all.
cars. They keep just doing the same thing. Just they keep
Oh,
crashing
really?
like the same way. It's
Who
like
worked on the
ridiculously
second
funny.
one? Who worked on Blues Brothers 2000? That wasn't Landis or anything, right?
Oh my God, what if it was somebody good? We just totally forget
Yeah,
because
it's possible. I mean,
the
it's
Blues
very
Brothers
possible.
2000 has like this weird cult following.
I heard
It's
a
very
weird
weird.
thing last week about Joe Dante. So Joe Dante was working on something. It was like an early movie, one of the early movies he was working on, and they were throwing stuff out. I think it was the Paramount lot, and they were throwing out a Rosebud. It was Rosebud. It was one of four Rosebuds. And
Wow.
then he's like, "Can I have that?" And they're like, "Sure." And he just sold it for like $14 million or something like that. And it's in. This is what's kind of crazy. It's in Gremlins. I
And
knew it
that's
was in
probably
Gremlins.
the most money Joe Dante's ever made.
Correct. Yeah, it's in Gremlins. Well, he did a movie like 2 years ago that was like really kind of not very good. But it's in like four different movies. It's in Explorers. I think I knew it was in Explorers. I know it's in Gremlins. It's in a shot when they go across. It's in four of his movies. The actual Rosebud, which I think is
The
also
actual
kind of
Rosebud.
crazy. He's like, I'm just going to bring it to set. It's like, ah, no, like, you know what I mean? But I don't think anyone really thought about it. So yeah, so good for
No,
Joe
those
Dante to just kind of grab that for free and then sell that later.
Joe Dante. I
Um,
think he is working on Gremlins 3, right? Like that's actually happening.
yeah. Oh, that's where I heard it. I heard it. It was on Brett Goldstein's podcast, and Chris Columbus wrote Gremlins. I
Oh,
didn't
did he?
realize that either. Yeah, he wrote
It's
Gremlins, and he wrote, or he had to fight for Home Alone. He had to fight for a couple things. It was kind of
They have to
interesting.
fight for Baby's Day Out.
Ugh. Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like it's every other, and I think he really hated Bicentennial Man, and Brett Goldstein was telling him how much he loved it and cried and loves it, and he's like, okay, and he couldn't like say he's like I don't love that movie. He just was like he said I don't believe they're all my babies, which I think is kind of funny because all the directors are like I can't pick my favorite. My favorite's the one I'm working on now. I'm like you can have a favorite. It's okay. You know
You
what I
can have a
mean?
movie that just everything went right,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
your decisions were the right decisions. Like it's funny to see, like I'm sure that's probably awesome to see. Like you know what? I almost didn't do this scene, the scene that everyone loves and talks about.
yeah,
I almost didn't do it, or I
yeah.
almost killed that character, or you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
Stuff
there's
like
all
that.
sorts of
Like
happy accidents. I mean, that's the thing that uh like I mean, I think my favorite thing about like watching the end of Citizen Kane when he like destroys the room, he broke his hand. Like he broke his hand like destroying that room. And you
wow.
can see it. You can see him holding it. He's like, fuck, I broke my hand. Like you can see his face going like, oh shit, I went too far here. Uh-oh. You know what I mean? And he walks out, did you ever see the shot where like someone it was on an X-Files shoot in like on location or something, and then this car like goes behind. She was like walking in like a 7-Eleven and a car like goes past and someone's like, "What are you doing?" And the car just kind of breaks into the set and she just keeps walking. Thank God. You know what I mean? She's just like, gotta keep this shot. You know what I mean? But that's a real shot.
Remember when
So,
I told you my daughter and I were making like Michael Bay endings to other movies, and we put
oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
we
Copyright
did
strike.
it. Copyright strike. Yeah, Mark and I did that for a couple episodes. The end of Transformers has this Linkin Park song. It's like what I've done. So I put it in like the old Transformers movie, put on Superman. But the one I didn't show you was I put it at the end of Citizens Kane. Citizen Kane.
Oh really? Oh, that's
It's
funny.
so stupidly funny.
Dude, I'm trying to see what this says. Just a quick shout out. It's Mike Zeck's birthday. I just recently got The Damned, which was an
Cool.
homage comic, which I've never read actually. I've never read this.
Well, then you
But
have something to look forward to.
yeah, but I'm looking in the back. I guess these are Divine Right. They're like September or the end. Yeah, I guess that's a Divine Right promo.
Dude, they tried to push Divine Right so hard.
This is
I've
tough.
never been more let down by a comic. Like the art's fine. It's Jim Lee and his J. Scott Campbell phase. And they put like foil covers and they did a world tour where you could go to like a store and like there were like 20 Wildstorm guys there and like I had a chromium cover signed by like 20 Wildstorm people.
Oh yeah.
Like it was just a huge event. And then you read the comic, you're like, this sucks so
It's
bad.
so boring.
It's
Is
so
that a Choi? Is that a Brandon Choi
I
script?
feel like it is. I feel like it is. And it's like and he's like a pizza delivery boy, which is like, Ugh, and he's
He
wearing
could
a
have
big.
hired. Look, he was big
Remember,
enough. He could have hired somebody.
Jim Lee's trying to be cool, so he gives him like one of those stupid cat in a hat hats. Remember they were popular for
Mm.
like 12 seconds.
Yeah,
Well, 13 seconds in, Jim Lee decides to put that in a comic, which probably came out 6 months after he drew it. And we read
yeah,
it. We're like, oh, cat in the hat hats. I remember that. Jim
yeah.
Lee, you
That
suck.
would be like I'm listening to ska. You know what I mean? Like the second you put it in print, ska's over.
Uh,
Like it's over. Um, So on my way home, I hit another shop. So there's a shop in Rancocas Woods called Second Time Books. Oh, I forget. Yeah, let me see. Oh wait, I have the bookmark. Second Time
Sloppy
Books.
second time books.
Second
Gotcha.
Second Time Books. And the crazy thing with that is sometimes they'll have some really inexpensive trade paperbacks or art books or things like that. But I wasn't going to get anything. I was going to buy a Conan because the Conans that they get, I'm trying to get an Ace run.
Yeah,
So the
because
Aces are
you're
this.
very
So
reserved when you walk into bookstores.
yeah, exactly. Well, comic book stores, I'll be there for hours. But here, like, I like it because there's so many like different. It's a different geek. It's a different type of geek that are in there. There's a couple people in there. There's a couple like, and they're all like kind of doing their own, looking their own section and things like that. But I'm trying to get the Ace Conans because it has the biggest art showcase. And then on the back, I just wish the UPC wasn't there, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Like it's like I get between the two, I get it. I get them. Okay. And they're usually $5. This was $6. So this is number 8. And I like the spine. It has the number on it. I think the first two do not have the number on it, but an Ace Run, you can buy it on eBay for like about 120, but it's like 18 books. It's like, but don't I just want to get them here and there. Okay. So I
Right,
go in
right.
there, I'm about to
That's fun.
leave. Um, and then, whoa, and then I got a Thongor. I got the Thong. This is actually like a second edition Thongor by Lynn Carter, which is basic. Which actually, there's a good Roy Thomas story where he was tr told to go get the Conan license and he didn't have enough money or something, so they got Thongor first or pretty exactly. I have my
I think they sent him to
I have
get
my
Thongor because he assumed
yeah,
they wouldn't have the money for Conan, and then like Conan was like $25 or $50 over what the Marvel budgeted.
right,
So I think Thomas
correct.
just put it out of his pocket so
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
could, and then he ends up being the writer. And what's funny is he was, I'm not even like the biggest Conan fan in the world. I just like Conan. But
right.
then through writing it, he ends up being the pivotal comic book writer of Conan.
He stole a bunch of stuff. Like he stole, it's funny, like he stole a bunch of stuff from other Robert E. Howard stories and it became like Conan Marvel lore. So there's a lot of stuff. But as I'm leaving, this they have like this like I forget what they call it. They call it like out the door bargains. So they had 10, it was like eight or nine of these, and these are all Matt Helm books, but the covers are just like incredible. And I'm just like, and it was $10. And then they had like a double in there, and it was like it's the majority of the Matt Helm books. There's like I think there's 10 total. So I'm like,
You
man,
know,
these are really good. They look like criminal covers, basically, right? Like, I mean,
or they look
it's
like Dave Johnson Hunter Bullet covers, especially the one on the left.
yeah,
Death
that's
of a
what
Citizen.
they're right. I mean that, but all these are just like just really amazing
Very
looking
criminal. Yeah,
covers.
they as you go in, it looks even more like criminal. That's funny.
Yeah,
Whether unintentional or not, it's great.
yeah. So I mean, again, that's what's like. I'm just like, man, I don't want to necessarily like have like another collection, but for $10, I'm like, God damn it, you know what I mean? So like, just because they're just like, I don't know.
It
And
sucks
even the
because
back,
like
well,
the
they're the
casualness of you getting
yeah,
these books is very cool. Like, hey, these are just random books. They all look good. Here's a set. And like
yeah.
if I come across more, that's great. But eventually you go, I really want more. And then that's when you go on eBay, and that's where the problem starts because you want that set, you want that
Correct.
completeness.
Well, that's
But
the thing is I went on and I was looking at something, then I favored it, then they send you the offer, you know, because then I was looking at some other Robert E. Howard stuff. I was trying to find Sailor Steve Costigan stuff, and that's not that common. There's a couple out of print boxing. There's like a series of Robert E. Howard boxing books that they did called Fists of Fury, something like that, like 10 years ago, and they're out of print, way out of print. And volume three, but I don't want to get a volume three, has a really cool cover, a really cool painted cover. It's like $50 on eBay. I'm like, God damn. And but then when I started looking there, they had these other pulp ones of these other, you know, Brand McMorn and a bunch of other characters, and a lot of cool covers and I'm like, shit, you know, but I guess I've never seen there is a Dean Martin, Matt Helm like movie that I never saw, you know.
Interesting.
So I again, I think the best thing about like what we do in a way is that like we rabbit hole and then we find something every single week. Like by having the Conan book this week of Sailor Steve, like I had to like where did he show up before? He showed up in one issue of Savage Sword, one, and then he showed up in one pinup that he was credited to a different sailor, the wrong name, and the dog is there, and they could say "and friend." I'm like, that's Mike the dog, like that's Sailor Steve, and they're like Dennis Dugan, and I'm like, no, that's not. Like that's a different boxer. Like they actually credited it wrong. But I
Wow.
think Gene Day had it wrong because he put it in the back. He put it in the titles in the back, and I'm like, no, that's Sailor Steve. He's got the shirt, and I'm like, ah, forget it. So it's just funny, like they had that wrong. He's in two issues of a Dark Horse series, but they're not that great. Like this is kind of the first real I've made you read. I sent it to you. I'm like, just read this. Don't read the other stories if you don't want. Just read these 8 pages. But
Which
that goes in.
me, I went and read every story
Oh, you
because
did?
that's who I am.
Yeah. Well, every story is still good. Like I mean, it again, like that, and they were all Jim's up. And just think
Yeah.
about that. I guess as not reading all that stuff, how different every story is. Like
Yeah.
Jim Zub is writing a completely different like slang, guttural sailor slang, misspellings, mispronunciation, like fucking fantastic. Like just insane. And then he does like what the fang and claw, fang and tooth, tooth and claw, whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like it's a and then a regular Conan story, which is actually a continuation of a dangling plot line that he had from issue like 1819, which they reference. So it's just crazy like how much is there, you know. I also think it's interesting like the like look at this like the Thongor outfit here, you know. But yeah, I want the as much as I can get on these the Ace editions are
Did
pretty
did you
easy.
listen to
It's wonderful.
Liefeld having I think the owner of a Tustin Comics, Tunes and Toys, like
Not
Liefeld's
yet.
comic store owner. All right. It's pretty funny because him and Liefeld had this conversation, and he's the guy that told Liefeld that no shirts, no shoes, no sales, meaning Conan books don't sell. This is, of course, before the Jim Zub stuff.
Mm.
And you know, he's right because these characters come in, they're popular for a minute, and then they always don't sell. And then so he like he goes, look at this, Liefeld. Let's take all these characters and just show them from like the waist down or the chest down. You can't tell me who they are, who's Commandy, who's you know what I mean. Like
Oh
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
line them
sure.
up,
Sure.
and I mean if you know you can tell. But
Right, right,
but
right.
the common person like I don't know who this guy is. No shoes. He's got a loincloth. Who wears loincloths? Five of these characters wear loincloths.
Yeah, Kazar. You
Yeah,
know, it's you're right. You're right. Kazar, Tarzan, depending
yeah.
on could be any could be Conan,
You know, could be He-Man, could be
Call,
Thom War, could be you know what I mean. It's just a funny the sandal. What do they call them? Sword and sandals
Sword and Sandals.
sagas.
Yeah,
Sword and sandals. Yeah.
John Carter,
Like if you love that stuff,
Carson
you
of
love that
Mars.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know, exactly. So no, I get it.
But comic book wise, no, they never last.
I collect them all though. Look, I have
Well,
Claw
that's
the
why
Untamed. You know what I
because
mean?
they all get
Arac.
canceled. It's like
Well,
it's
that
very
makes it fun. Yeah, it makes
that
it
does
makes
make
it
it
kind of
it's
fun.
limited. You
Yeah.
know, when I used to collect Optimus Primes, it was great because there was only like two you could possibly get, and then
Mm.
there was like, oh, I can get this Action Master, so you were more into getting it. But now there's like 1,000, and that's probably a legit number. So I couldn't collect 1,000 Optimus Primes. Now I just have my favorite couple. I had to
Yeah,
curate
yeah.
down to my favorites.
I remember the shelf you had. Do you have a picture of that shelf? You should see if you did you take a picture of that shelf before you started taking it apart? That sucks if you didn't. I remember that
Yeah, I
shelf
don't.
in your house. You probably didn't. I mean, again, we don't think about it,
We
you
don't think
know.
about it.
We don't
But I
think
had a
about it.
shelf for at one point I did have every Optimus Prime up until
It's like 60 or something. It was a lot, right? It's like
yeah,
60
they
or
were a
80.
lot and they were great. And I would like have them all in truck mode lined up, and then I would switch it and have them all in robot mode lined up.
Yeah, dude. Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but like it's hard to fight that temptation to recollect it. Like I needed the money at the time, you know,
Right.
house,
Right.
kids, you know, not poor,
Well,
but you know,
I think that's fine. You kind of gave me a different perspective of something when I was struggling. I was like, I'm going to sell this. Something I think I might do that. I might need this, and it kind of frees you up a little bit. You were like, well, you're just decollecting, and I was like, what? And that was your kind of
decollecting.
concept of yeah, you can go get it again. You have nothing one of one. Like I have like one or two one of
Yeah,
one things,
original
right?
art is one of one.
Right.
Everything else isn't.
Right. Right.
You can go rebuy it. Everything's out there still. When you
Yeah.
go make more money in the future, you can get it. Might cost you more, might cost you less. That's the gamble of collecting.
Yeah. Yeah, some of
But
my
the
stuff I sold and I was mad that I went for too much less. And now I'm like, well, okay. But the urgency of I think that's the difference. I think once I hit maybe 45, I don't know. I don't need I will have a Conan Ace run. Do I need it in a year? No. Do I need it in 15 years? Probably. Like
probably,
it'll take
yeah,
me 15 years. Like you know what I mean? But if I buy one every other month or whatever, or I come across a bunch of them that are really cheap, then great. You know what I mean? But like, I think that's really fun because, but I feel like
yeah,
when I used to get, you know, when we were in our 20s and 30s, we're like, I need to have, what was a hard one for me in the 90s? It was, I was missing a couple Hell Blazers and like some Jamie Delano early ones. You just
right.
couldn't find them anywhere, you know. So I
We
had to,
and we had a plethora of comic stores in South Jersey. So
right.
when you get down to not being able to find something, I spent years looking for Miracle Man 15 to 24.
Mhm.
So
Right.
nobody had them. eBay wasn't a thing yet.
Right.
And I
Right. Right.
searched and I searched and I searched. And literally years I wouldn't. I turned down the trade
Mhm.
because I didn't want to read it in trade. I needed to own the original comics.
Right.
Now,
Right.
mind
Sure.
you, once Alan Moore became popular again with the ABC and Supreme stuff, that trade became like $100 trade. Like I should have just bought the trade.
Right, right, right.
Um,
Yeah, so we
and
would go and overpay. We would pay at Time Lost and Found. We would overpay there, or we would overpay at Fat Jack's, you know, which
and
is
here's
where Time
here's
Lost
how
and
I
Found
lucked
was
out.
from.
The owner of Time Lost and Found sold me his personal copies for cover price,
Mm.
which was fantastic because they weren't like valuable; they were just really rare.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
again, when Alan Moore popularity hit again, those books became $100 comics. 15 is the big Miracle Man, Kid Miracle Man fight, and
Right,
24 is the last issue that was written by Neil Gaiman and drawn by Mark Buckingham that was published prior to Marvel acquiring the rights.
right.
So that was a very difficult books to get.
You know what's in, and I don't know what price it is at House of Fun near me here in was that where is that Barrington basically?
Barrington, yeah.
They have the Man of Miracles action figure. And I was like, oh boy, you know, I think DeLuca was with me one time. I was like, shit, I forget what he bought. He bought something else that was kind of like a
I
funky
bought
thing.
it. I had it for a while and then sold it.
Yeah, did you ever take it
That
out? It's
was
a pretty good looking figure.
pretty good. I think I had a statue too. I had a McFarlane Miracle Man statue, which I didn't like. I ended up keeping my Randy Bowen Miracle Man statue. I like that one a lot.
Oh, hmm.
It looks very Buckinghamish.
Buckinghamish.
Do you need to see it, Mark?
Yes.
I think you need to see it. So
Okay.
luckily, I keep everything where I record this podcast is next to my desk. So here's my Randy Bowen
Oh
Miracle
yeah,
Man
that's
statue.
nice. That's a good does it
Yeah.
it's so Randy Bowen would he wouldn't get someone's art. He would kind of make it himself, right? He was an artist to
Yes,
a
yeah, he was an
fashion.
artist.
So he
So
doesn't draw comic books, but like when you would see, I like the Randy Bowen cap. But yeah, that's the thing is that, but the color, I mean, that's probably closest to what maybe an Alan Davis or a
yeah, definitely, it
Gary
definitely got
Leach.
that whole even a little bit of Chuck Austin. It's an amalgamation of all things Miracle
Yeah,
Man.
right. Yeah, when you look at his Captain America, it's kind of like it's probably closest to like a Mike Zeck, you know? It's
He
kind of right in that realm.
he did a she dragon statue. Savage Dragon. There's a female dragon character named She Dragon. She's not really a dragon, but she had like the mohawk or she had blonde hair. And the statue
Hmm.
itself, she's like in her underwear and she's like covering herself, covering her top like this. That statue became worth hundreds of dollars because first off, it was rare. Dragon fans loved it, but you could turn her into any character. People would color her to look like She-Hulk or
Oh, wow, okay.
color her to look like Storm. You
Hmm.
know, it became like the favorite of customizers to do.
Nice. Hmm. All right, well,
So
it's James Gunn news time, everybody. James Gunn. Here we go. James Gunn making the sequel to the movie that I feel after watching the Peacemaker podcast and after watching the Superman making of, he doesn't really want to make. So he is making it. Okay.
yes, it's
I can't
called.
say that he doesn't want to make it. I mean, I guess I can. I can say that. But
You
like
can say it, but I think he wants to make it. I think he just
I think he's now more into it. I feel like he wasn't into it, and but I also feel like he doesn't now. I think it's a George Lucas prequel situation. He's like, I cannot trust it. I don't trust it to go anywhere else, right? You know, he could have given that away. You know, I'm happy he didn't. And I guess even
yeah
to kind of jump back to what I was saying earlier with like there needs to be a combination of things to bring these budgets down. There needs to be a combination of like some type of rear projection volume situation, uh, and partial set because you have to bring these budgets down. You have to because then they're
The
not going to be able to make them anymore. They're not going to be able to make them. So yeah, if you're saying that they probably kept some things from the first of Daily Planet, they shot. I guess the scene with the mural is in Cleveland. I think it's just an actual place that the Hall of Justice-ish building in Cleveland. That's the Hall of Justice,
right, right.
basically. Just the Hall of Justice gang. I do like
You
that he did grab three comic book artists, that he grabbed three working regularly comic book artists.
That is a super smart move.
The Jim Lee's the worst one, of course.
It is the most boring one.
Yeah. What does he have? I guess just what? Just a screwdriver, I guess. Also, the war suit is different for Lex in all three. And here's the thing, and actually, I know I bitched about it earlier about the like press screenings and stuff like that. The press is not that, great. I'm seeing like Spinal Tap on press tours and stuff, but I feel that the Nicholas Hoult press tour with Corn Sweat and Rachel Brosnahan, there is chemistry. There's like a major chemistry with Lex, and there's one scene with Lex, and he's kind of off camera for most of the shots. It's an alternate angle.
Ah,
They're not together. They're together once in his office, right? Because he's not physically fighting him, but there is a chemistry between Nicholas Hoult and Cornsweat. So I feel like that, space. They're like, all right, well, let's do something with this.
I feel like they
Uh,
do a good job in the Superman movie of almost giving it a TV show chemistry. TV show chemistry is super important to any good TV show. And when you watch the Peacemaker show, you see the character chemistry.
mm,
And James
yeah.
Gunn managed to get that into a movie rather quickly. And I guess it's a because everyone's getting along. That's the thing about James Gunn movies. Everyone's friends, everyone's buddies.
Mhm.
James Gunn's no asshole rule really works out for him.
Yeah, I think it all works. I mean, it's again, I thought Peacemaker last week was great. Like I really
Was.
enjoyed
And
that.
and
So
that was the director of Super.
no, that's the director of it's Greg Matola. Shoot, what did he do? He Super bad, super bad. Greg Matola is let me see here. He's got a lot of credits. Why I can't think about
I
what he
thought I heard
was.
he used the guy he used for Super.
Nah, super bad, super bad. Paul Adventureland, Confess Fletch, Keeping Up with the Joneses. Clear History, which is not very good. That's the Larry David movie that he did for like I guess was like HBO. Yeah,
Okay.
Adventureland Superbad. You know,
Okay. All right.
61. No, he's been around for a long time. I think he wrote and directed Adventureland. I feel like he did. No, maybe he didn't do. I thought he did the what's anyway.
What are
But
you gonna say? The zombie movies?
Zombieland. Yeah, I thought so, but he didn't. Yeah,
But those are written by Rhett Reese, and
Paul
that's the
Wernick.
Deadpool guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Deadpool guys. Also pretty good. Pretty good movies. Pretty good.
Yeah. So he's slowly. I think that director we just talked about. I think he might go on to. What if he does Superman 3? He's got to kind of see. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
possibility. He's
keep
got to find
making.
people. He's
Yeah,
got to
you
find
have
people
to.
he trusts.
Right. And
And these
maybe
Peacemaker episodes were just as good as the James Gunn episode.
correct. Yeah, the last week was great. My theory on that world is it's a white supremacist world. It's just they won. Whites won because there's no black people, and so I feel like it's normalized. I feel like that's what's going on. He's going to realize that there's no black people there.
Mark, you might have spoiled that for me. That's such a good
It's not a
idea. I didn't think
spoiler.
about
It's
that.
just I think
I know.
it's there. I think
I
it's
had to
right
think about
there.
it for a second. Like, why are they?
It's
Why is
too
he
good to
so?
be true. It's a little too the whole concept of it, like the
Oh
Harcourt
yeah,
is a little
but
too saccharine.
there's always
There's
gonna be
no
that.
slang, there's no Kardashian, it's just like
That's
there's
right.
no
No
Kardashians.
Kardashians,
No,
right? Because they're
there's like I feel like
Armenian, right? Yeah.
yeah.
There's no. Yeah.
There's also weird
Wow.
violence that like the other guy can do and like no one was fazed by him like crashing through the fucking
No, I
helicopter.
thought about that right away. I
No
that
one's
that did
phased
hit
by
me right
that.
away.
Like everyone's like, that's fine.
Like
And I'm like, he just
he
murdered a bunch of
he
people. I know we're
murdered.
we're used to Peacemaker murdering people. That's fine. Um, Also, I really like, and I couldn't see the whole billboard. Is Mighty Crabs always over there? Are they some? Maybe they're the. strong crab or something. You know what I mean? I think it's really funny that
Uh,
they have the
the
billboard, but I don't think you
the
can
the
see it.
Def Leppard poster pour some syrup on me cracks me up every time I see it.
The Hanoi Rocks is the two X's. Like
Yeah,
it's like yeah, it's really good. What I really like, I think the success of how you can do this, you're participating. So I feel like every time we watch something, I watch Screen Crush, I watch the Easter eggs, I watch Jenna Loves Comics, I watch her recaps, which actually James Gunn like put on his Twitter like right after he's like, watch Peacemaker, watch the podcast happen. It drops immediately after the show, so you can watch an hour long
yeah. I
dissection of that,
I watch it every
which are
Friday at
pretty
work.
good. Yeah, they're pretty.
They
It's a
are pretty
pretty
good.
good.
Did you listen to this
Um,
week?
yeah. Well, I watched
Dude,
it. I watched it with
how amazing is it that James Gunn found another deleted scene and totally utilized it in the Suicide Squad movie?
oh
Where
right.
he's like, what did I do to deserve this? Rick Flag Jr., he's like,
Yeah.
he was sent on a mission that he's going to get killed. He's like,
Mhm.
what did I do to deserve this? And James Gunn found a scene from the first movie that was cut where he mocks Amanda Waller's shirt.
Right. Right.
So
Right. Right.
she sets him out to die because he mocked her shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Which was an
Oh,
ad lib, I think. Right? Wasn't an ad lib on
yeah, I think it was
him?
an ad lib. And it was
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
Like, James Gunn, you're amazing. You just, we never should have seen that scene. It's not particularly funny. It's not like
Right.
it's funny, but it's even funnier used in that context, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's where I think he can find the strength of that. Like I like he's basically using this vigilante, which is not Adrian Chase, our Adrian Chase per se. Like,
No, nowhere close to him.
but it's every weird uh instinct that James Gunn had, he just gives to him. Like the bird blindness or the Crowfax.
Yeah, the
Like
Crowfax.
the geek on the Crowfax. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like it was so weird. And then you come to find out that's a real weird like kink of James Gunn because that's why I think it's like us kind of going after different things, or I need to read every Sailor Steve Costigan shit like
Mark.
the day after,
Listen, I'm not like
you
a crow
know.
lover, but every fact he spouted about the crows, I knew.
I don't know anything about
I
that.
knew.
That's so weird.
I'm like, oh, look, this guy's obsessed with crows.
I
And
do
I'm just
remember
like,
driving Uber and then I was somewhere in like in North Jersey and there were like vultures on a house. Which you ever
right,
see that? That's so scary.
often.
It's so
They were,
weird.
we had a vulture fight last year over at my neighbor's house. I'm looking at these vultures, and clearly there's one vulture's going after the other one. Maybe it was like mating season. I don't know. But they're so big, and when they fight, they are like tumbling down the roofs, and then they
It's
just
so
catch
weird and
themselves.
scary. Yeah, they
They're
were basically going
so
after this like deer carcass that like unfortunate cars are driving by, so they're like kind of it's really close to the road. But
right.
I just remember like I was like, oh my God, like I was like, can this person please? Are these gonna attack me? It was so weird and scary. So
They're so big. It's awesome.
yeah, but I okay. So
Back to this,
spiraling
spiraling
back to
back.
this. So Alex Sinclair, Jim Lee. Okay, you
It's
know,
fine. No, it's good. This is
uh,
better.
Mitch is probably yeah. That's probably the. I mean, it's really clean. This war suit's a little different. So again, that's not going to be 100%. All three war suits are different. All three war suits are different, but it is
Yeah,
Superman's outfit, you know. And then
I guess
you got
Jorge
your
Jimenez,
Jorge.
who draws such a good Superman,
Yeah,
but he'll never leave Batman, and I don't blame him because the money's in the bat.
money's in
So
the bat.
like, was Dan Moore busy? So weird. Like you didn't get your,
I do think that's I do think that's funny that it's not, you don't have your current
you
Superman
know what it is?
artist.
They're mad at him. They're mad at him for doing Transformers. They're like, how dare you, sir?
Maybe, maybe I don't know. I think he prints money. I don't know. I think that again, he's not locked down. I imagine Jorge Jimenez is well, no, because Jorge Jimenez worked on Nemesis, right?
Yeah, but
So he might
which
still
was a
be.
yeah, but he's still DC exclusive.
Oh, okay. Exclusive. So, but it is listed as Man of Tomorrow, and then a bunch of people asked him, is it just called that? Because remember, Supergirl was Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and now it's Supergirl, just a Superman Legacy, but Superman Legacy now is Superman. But remember, first Superman, 78, is called Superman the movie.
Right.
It's very specifically colon the movie. Uh, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I think when that first was announced, I think it was more to sell books, which it did sell that put, I guess, Tom King's kids through college period, right? Like that it sold
Yeah,
an
right.
insane amount. They're putting out a compact, I think, in December or January. Compact's coming out a couple months, so fucking smart, dude. They're so fucking smart. And their DC Finest, from what I can tell, is doing pretty well for them, which is good. I just want them to do digital versions. That I don't know why there's not a little confusing. But this had a date. Did I list the date? Yeah, July 9th, 2027. That means they got to go in
Yes.
production like pretty soon, man. We got to get in production like now.
Um, it probably means the special effects are being worked on real soon. Stuff's being lined up. He's writing the script right now. He's writing it because
It's a little
he's
tight, dude.
yeah, but he manages to get it done. This Peacemaker show, he balanced the Peacemaker, the Creature Commandos, the Superman. He's
Yeah,
just
I got to go back and finish Creature Commandos. I kind of was mad at it. I thought it was very one note, so it's all right.
no, it's good. It's good.
It's
I
very
like Creature
interesting.
Commandos.
I wish his ego was a little bit curbed. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a little too much sometimes. I feel like he's too heavy, but it's all right. We're fine. We're fine. Anyway, some other news. I kind of liked all these. This is these variant covers that I feel like we're 50-50 on. Actually, we're probably 30-70, right? 70% of the time we think they're shit.
Yeah.
These I kind of like. The Stormbreakers concept I still think is really weird. Plus, it's not correct anymore because the Stormbreakers used to be just like brand new people, and some of these people have been around a while. You know,
Yes.
Guru has been around for like 20 years. Okay, I always thought that was a studio. I don't even think that's a person. I thought that was a studio. No, isn't that right? Didn't they work on a lot of the kiddish books? Um, but I guess my complaint is, and when we, I feel like there's just no new characters, right? They all they have to do, they just keep like altering or they combine characters or like the new Venom is Mary Jane. Like what the fuck? Like you know what I mean? Like, I just
Right.
feel
And
like it's
Carnage
just
is Eddie Brock and
no.
yeah,
And then
I
there's
get it.
Kid Venom, which is basically like it seems like almost like I don't know like it seems like Scotty Young Human Torchish vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like these it's not new, you know. But that's okay. But Nether Diaz, but he's been around a little bit. But Guru Heroes, that's not a new person. Capuccio did Moon Knight, and we knew that. Jonas
Right.
Sharp is relatively new. Jonas Sharp did I like him doing. He did the Black Battle of the Black Stone miniseries for Titan for Conan, so I like him there.
Right.
But I love this. You know, I know that we talked about maybe not even on the show. We were talking about the Orange
Oh,
Pop
the old
Man.
Pop Man when he was doing Ghost
Everybody
Rider for
hated it,
that.
and then you said he got fired off of Ghost Rider.
Yeah, got fired off Ghost Rider. I think they brought back Salvador. No, not Salvador Larca. He did it before Pop Man.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
who
don't
did
know who
Ghost Rider?
finished it. Saltaris.
Yeah, I think they brought Saltaris back. They didn't let him finish it. Like they actually canceled the book
Oh,
before
that's
the
right.
storyline was over, and I think they eventually went back and finished it.
And they had a Ghost Rider like #1 come out,
Right,
which was like the final issue.
which
Yeah,
should
the
have been
final issue
like
never came out. It
should
was
have
like
been like
93.
78 or something. Yeah, 93 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was further down the road. Yeah, but the what's weird about that run is that the Ghost Rider run for the most part the Soteris Soteris isn't good unless Texiera is really working on it. He's a great layout
Yes.
artist. But I don't want it separately. I remember the first time I saw like Soteris like separately. I'm like, oh no, 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 no. So Soteris drew. Did he draw Darkman? The Darkman series? I feel like that's
Oh,
correct.
maybe.
But yeah, just not that good. But I do love that this is kind of this weird. I do like these like slight costume designs. It's a really heavy V-neck there on the
That is
Wolverine.
a
But I love this design. I think this is very 80s. But I kind of love this
yeah.
Ghost
It
Rider
looks
design.
like a NASCAR driver's
Yeah, just
costume
really fun.
outfit.
It looks like a mask. That's like kind of like the mask motorcycle a little bit. So Simone DeMeo again, not new, new to Marvel, DC for a bit. You know, I don't really know. I always feel like this stuff is doesn't feel like it's finished. It's a lot of coloring. And then Jeff Shaw, same thing, not new. Jeff Shaw was on with. No, he was on Cosmic Ghost Rider. That's not. It's like 15 years ago, 10 years ago. You know. Vecchio, I think that the coloring and the dots stuff that Vecchio's doing, I like all the variant covers that they're doing. Juan Figuri, same thing, been around at least 5, 6 years. So I'm not really sure. Like to me, Stormbreakers means like here's the new batch. That's when it first came out. That's kind of what it was. And
I think
now,
it's always been a mixture of a batch plus people are finally breaking through. Like I remember when they did Jimmy Chung in like I don't know 2006 or something, but he had been drawing comics for 10 years at that point.
right,
But it took him a journey to get to be his breakout style of art. I think
right,
maybe
right.
that's what it means. Like Storm, it's such a I don't even like the name Stormbreaker. I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
But they're definitely breaking out. Weren't they called something else before Stormbreakers?
I forget yeah, it was called something. It was called something else, but I don't remember. Clover is just getting all the stuff. I don't know what who runs Clover? Who'd you say was that?
Isn't that Hank Canals?
Yeah, I think that's right. This looks interesting too. I do think this is pretty nice, is that they
And
have,
Canals spent a long time doing DC stuff, DC trades and hardcovers and collections, and he
yeah.
he was doing like theme parks, doing stuff for theme parks. So he's got a lot of connections. So this is really a good avenue for him.
Yeah, this is
Oh
a
man,
print that they have that they're going to have out. Mrs. Pruneface there, which is pretty fun. Mrs. Pruneface. That's the first comic. That's the first Dick Tracy comic I got because if you remember, Gladstone put out when Dick Tracy came out, they put out like a series, which I don't really know when exactly it was being printed because it wasn't. I guess the two Dick Tracy things I got at that time is I got that one like best of trade that was at like Barnes and Noble and stuff like or Atlantic Books. Everyone kind of had that. The collected Dick Tracy
yes,
files, I think it was called, right? We all had that. Um, and then Gladstone put out a book, but I think it could have been a Bob Kane situation where it may not have been Chester Gold working on it, but they just had Chester Gold's name on it,
that's a very
uh,
true thing.
like a studio, like Chester Gold studio. But I do think this, yeah, this is a pretty fun like print that they're going to have it as a back. So it's not technically signed up. So backer lit is what? It's Kickstarter, right? Basically, kind of.
Yeah,
But they're going to have, they're going to have. We'll see. So far, everything that I've seen them put out looks pretty good. I haven't seen anything physically in person, but they're doing the Spider-Man strips. They have an art of I think Andy Kubert is coming out through them. The X-Men art of Andy Kubert. I don't know why they announced this. They announced this, but they don't have anything. They have nothing. They just have words. So Army of Darkness goes to Riverdale on a new crossover. They basically just stated that they're Archie and Dynamite are together doing things, which they already did because they already had a Red Sonja uh, um, Betty Veronica series.
listen, everybody should meet Archie. Everybody should meet Batman. Everybody should meet the Turtles. That is the math. That is the comic math.
Right.
You know,
No, that's right.
I mean, minor. I read the Minor Threats in Riverdale book. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's more Morpho. We're gonna cover that in the reviews.
Yep.
Morpho droids. Morpho
More for
droids.
droids.
I didn't know.
By the way, the More for Droids, just in case you don't watch reviews,
Mm,
is a Kickstarter going on right now. Mark and I covered it in the past. This guy got the rights to do a More for Droids comic. More for Droids was a Transformers kind of ripoff that this company did in the 80s. They have it's very famous. They had an ad that ran through comics a lot.
yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to hear more about More for Droids, either look up the Kickstarter,
Want to hear too
look it
much
up on
about Morpho
Facebook.
droids? Watch
What
our review show,
ready to hear more about More for Droids than you will ever possibly read. Yeah,
and you'll never want to hear it again. I don't know what this. So Simon Roy, which who we know from Prophet, basically was the main artist for the Brandon Graham Prophet run.
correct.
Um, I don't know what. I guess maybe there are other store. They announce this as if it's like it expands this Chris Grobus verse, but I don't know if was there another one shot or something that came out that I just missed. I don't really know, but anyway, it looks really weird. It looks exactly like, it looks pretty much exactly like Prophet, kind
More
of,
profit,
you know.
mass profit. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah, I know.
more break the fourth wall,
Listen,
but whatever.
when you're really good at something, don't stop doing what you're really good at.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. And I like that they're doing, the image continues to kind of take chances on like Junie Ba's got a lot of that stuff coming out there with Monkey Meat. Like even if I don't I've read a couple different Junie Ba stuff and some stuff I really like, some stuff I can't connect to it. I can't connect to Monkey Meat, but I'm trying. I'm reading
Yeah,
it on Global, and I can't exactly get to it, but I admire it because he does like fake ads and stuff. It's like it's pretty interesting. So yeah, so I wouldn't mind reading this. I don't know if we should do a separate segment and actually do these. So these are the brackets. So they released the brackets, like the March Madness type brackets for DCKO. Like I don't know if we should just do these, you know,
I don't
and
know.
then have like a separate episode, Because I would go Superman, Power Girl, right? But then Superman's going to be Power Girl. You know what I mean? Yes.
Right, but it could be Captain Adam just to be different. Like you would think Guy Gardner will win because one, Guy Gardner's on he's on something right now.
Right.
Jay Garrick, of course, should beat Cheetah, but they might change it just to see that's the thing.
Yeah.
You and I know who should win,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but then they might do a different win. Like Cheetah could cheat. That's what she
Mhm.
does. King Shark should technically should be under Aquaman's powers, so Aquaman should win. There's no way Connor Hawk would ever take out Hawkman. That's just
Right.
ludicrous. There's things
Luda.
Lex has to Lex has to beat Black Lightning.
Mm.
Because he can do the heel turn in the middle of the story, which he's done like 3 times before.
Right, but the demon can
Demon,
should be able to because it's all magic and shit.
it's all magic. He should win. But Supergirl, again, is having a movie this year. Like you kind of want to take care.
Yeah.
You kind of want to move the stuff along. I don't know.
Starro. Wonder
Starro,
Woman
yeah,
Starro.
yeah, yeah. Do I want to? What a woman's got to win? Lobo,
Vixen's
Plastic
gonna
Man.
Vixen Swamp Thing is what's a weird matchup.
Yeah,
Batman
that
Star
should.
Sapphire. That's a what? Was that gonna take 2 seconds? You know what I'm saying? Like it's Red Hood, Damian Wayne. I kind of love because both of them are having different moments. I feel like
That's
every
that's
Robin is
literally a
having
fight.
all these different moments, like right now.
I mean, Red Hood, Damian Wayne's a better fighter, but Red Hood's just got the strength and
Dude, you have to read the that Junie Bob. I know I just talked about Junie Bob, but that Robin series that they did the Boy Wonder series for Black Label is
mhm.
fucking nuts. And the issue where it's basically Robin, and every issue he's with a different Robin. It's Damian with a different Robin every single issue. And the issue with Red Hood is fucked up. It's way fucked up. It's the best issue. It's insane. It's so cool.
Yeah, I read
I
it.
kind of like the way Red Hood is. Was it was it when Damian died? Then wasn't there like Tomasi had a really weird run after Robin died, and he was teaming up with everybody. Teamed
Yeah,
up with Frankenstein.
right.
Um, he takes Red Hood, and Red Hood just yells at him. He's like, "You're taking me back to where I died." Like for what? Like you're trying to like get it into me because you're trying to resurrect your dead kid. It's like fuck, but you didn't try to resurrect me. You didn't know where I was. It's like, like it was just painful, just painful. But yeah, that was a Tomasi doesn't really get enough credit for his ancillary Morris. Morrison gets all the credit, right?
Yes,
But I feel
totally.
like I enjoyed all the Gleason Tomasi stuff like way fucking better. Way better. Tomasi is a better Damien writer. It was of course the onus of Morrison to start, but I Tomasi's clearly better. Yeah, Harley Quinn Metamorpho. Barda Zatan is interesting. But yeah, I think the Red Hood Damian, that's all I want to read is Red Hood and
Uh,
Damian Way. That's it.
that's the best fight.
Yeah,
They're
that's
pretty
it.
equals.
Um,
So we'll see.
yeah, I don't know if we should just knock it out and then see what happens. Here's all. I mean, it's kind of neat that the Planet She-Hulk cover here, even though I know it's not it's Aaron Kuder's cover. It has the same kind of painterly feel like the old Planet Hulk art from
Mhm.
Ledron. I think that's pretty cool. The Black Panther is listed as a 4 issue. There is no Black Panther book mainline. There's only Ultimate, correct?
Correct.
Why on earth would you not just have this as an ongoing? It's really weird. And the other ones, I guess, are ongoings. They should all be
Sales.
minis.
Mark, do you
They're
think
all
any
going
of
to
these
be
are getting
minis
past?
anyway.
Yeah. Any of these getting past 10? We'll
No,
see.
nothing get past that. Fucking, what did they cancel this week? They canceled Psylocke, Red Hulk, and there's one other one.
Yeah, well, Red Hawk's not even like Thunderbolt Ross. It's like the other guy who happened.
Yeah,
Like, it's so dumb. Like, who wants that book?
no.
Sorry, sorry, not sorry.
I featured this because I think this logo is great. I think this logo is great. However, I would have made it a little bit bigger because it looks like the hand and the shadow of the hand is actually cutting this off. There's no fucking editors. You want me to be your cover editor, guys? Not a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just hire me. I can resize it for you. I can, just maneuver it around. This has a weird fade on it. Why? Let me
To
see.
try to accentuate the whiteness because of
The
the white background.
Yeah,
It's a
but
white
it's the
background and it's
same
white letters.
one, right? It's the same one because it's cheap. You can rearrange that. Like just like when I do it on Instagram, if I do it on the Instagram story, I go in and change it, then I change it, maybe match a color, do a color match to the bottom. God damn it. God damn it.
I'm excited about Planet She-Hulk because I love Aaron Cooter. But I'm
Two
excited about
issues.
Nova because it's Jed MacKay, and Jed MacKay has not let
Yeah.
me down yet. He's like Marvel's most solid writer.
Right, right, right.
So, in my opinion,
Yeah.
IMO, IMO.
Um, Joker Harley Malicious Intent. I was surprised the series even got solicited. I couldn't get through the Joker Harley the first one that they did. What was it called? It was called The Criminal, or it was
Uh,
called something else. I forget. Was it Criminal Insanity? Yeah, because it was a weird layout. It was an early
are they canceling it just because it's not done?
I don't know. I feel like that's the way that's what they just did with or they wanted to place it differently. I feel like the Superman series that came out, the House of L was solicited, then they took the solicit out, and then they just put
Right.
it out later. So this is probably what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's, but I couldn't really handle the first one. I just thought it was okay. So,
Hmm.
did you read that? Was
I
that
did.
anything?
It didn't move the needle.
Yeah, that's fine. Art here looks good. Nico
Oh, no, yeah,
Swayan.
I don't. I wasn't complaining about the art. It's fine. The art's good. It's a cool style.
It's
It's
like,
just,
yeah, it's
it
like
is.
a
I kind of don't care about Joker and Harley.
yeah,
I feel like less is more with them. Like we hit. I think we talked last week about Venom. How less of Venom was better, and that's with
Venom
Joker
every
and
two
Harley.
years. Yeah, Venom
Yeah,
every 14 issues. So
it was working.
hey, did you
Oh,
see
good.
this? Did you watch
I
this?
I don't watch it yet.
I think it's just a pro. It's like it's just him
It's just a
talking
promo for
all.
his second in a series of
Looks
Dark London
looks really
novels. I forget what they're
fucking. He
called.
looks
Oh,
really
long.
fucking cheery here. The long London.
You know, he's a cheery guy. He we have him. I think did you and I talk about Ditko last week?
Yeah,
Yeah, how more Todd's like, no, he's a really cheery guy. Like he's funny. Same with Alan Moore. Alan Moore's funny, nice, personable. I've talked to two of his friends, and I've talked to his daughter. His daughter sent out a thing like, hey, he's not this grumpy old man. He just got effed over by the comics industry so bad. You people don't understand. It was his job. He loved it. He put all his heart and effort into it, and it just shit on him.
yeah.
Is he a little too touchy sometimes? Maybe. Maybe does he cut people off too quickly? Maybe. But maybe he doesn't have the time. And you got to remember, there's a lot of users out there. So like if you're an artist and you get on an Alan Moore book, you are now have evergreen money for the rest of your life coming in.
Mhm. Right.
So that's I understand it. But who did I talk to? Who's in charge of Top Shelf? Chris Staros. Chris Staros loves them. He's one of the few non-comic people. He's one of the few comic people at Alan Moore and Melinda Gebby's wedding. It's like him and like
Oh,
Gaiman.
right.
And I talked to Jose Villarrubia about him, who is like the nicest. Jose Villarrubia, like I love that guy.
He's a sweet fucking guy, dude. He's
He
so
is
fucking
so
sweet.
sweet. Were you standing next to me when I talked to him, or was it Brian?
No, I think Brian. I went to the panel where
Okay, you
he
went to
was
the panel.
recoloring stuff. Yeah, me and Walt went to the panel
He
where he
feels
recolored stuff. It was
comics. He wants comics to be the best possible thing ever, and he wishes he could like recolor like everything like
yeah,
that is not getting colored well.
yeah. He wanted to recolor all of Conan, but they have so much of the Conan reprints are done pretty well from the Marvel Omnibuys. They're just going to continue that. So I get it. I don't know if he'll have any feedback when they are going to do the Savage Sword recoloring, but I've seen a couple sample pages of that and it looks pretty good. Again, people forget he recolored Conan stuff or he colored Conan later. He did Conan the Cimarron and with Thomas
I
Chiarella.
almost said this the Cimmerillion, the Cimmerian.
Yeah, Cimmerian, but I always say it wrong.
That's fine. You say a lot of
Um,
things wrong.
that's right. It said wrong twice in the movie. It said wrong even in the movie. Listen, Han Solo and Han Solo are said wrong like within the 2 minutes of a Star Wars movie.
It's Princess Leia, but people still say Leia.
Can you just read this as him and go, "Hello, Malin Moore"? Do you want to read
Hello,
this?
I'm Alan Moore, and I'm here to tell you about my new book just out in paperback very shortly, which is The Great When. This is the first of 5 books in the Long London series, which is an excavation of some of the more marginal and little known points of
Oh,
London's
good one.
history.
Nice. You got to get to you got to say Baroque. You got to get to that. Sorry, you got to cut you off. You got to finish it
No,
up.
I finish out excavation of some of the more marginal and little known points of London's history that is all stirred up in a very, very Baroque fantasy.
Baroque.
Baroque. And there's been a lot of books that have been actually very much played in the writing of the Great Wen.
Okay. Whatever. Whatever, Alan Moore. There's words in that. I ain't reading that. Crazy. I ain't gotta read that.
It's
You've
he's
read
a
some of his books? You've read his books.
I've read uh the first book. I didn't read Jerusalem. Jerusalem's the incredible endeavor. And I
Yeah.
want to read his last book, which is a book of short stories, has this Thunderman story that I need to read. It's like an intro look into the comics industry, but Thunderman is also Alan Moore's Superman.
Hmm.
Like his
Where's that in?
Thunderman idea.
'Cause I
It's
didn't,
called Illuminations. It's a
right,
novel
okay.
of short stories. So I haven't gotten that book yet.
Yeah, I think the problem with well, I guess I already know the problem with me. My attention span's fucking horrible. So like I only like these trashy like I like the I guess I like the Jim Thompson like the Mickey Spillane of it like just the snap. These Matt Helm books are really thin and they're probably just like they're all really small paragraphs. They're all just like it's all dialogue for the
It's
most
written for the
part.
common man.
Oh, smells good. Smells
Yeah, it
good.
does.
Smells good. Um, we talked a little bit about this throughout the week. So I guess the interesting thing here. So police called to on artist accusing of selling AI art at Dragon Con. I feel like we see a lot of this probably already now with a lot of even these small conventions and stuff we go to. There might be a guy who just has like nothing but like these like posters or hologram pose or half holograms and shit. And it's all AI art.
Hmm.
But I guess this some of what he had. I don't know. I guess if you want to talk on this, because I'm of two minds of this. I mean, in
Yeah,
one
I don't.
way, they should have vetted him maybe a little, but
Yeah, I'm of two minds as
did they give
well.
him his money back
Uh,
for
they
his
should. Well,
table?
I hate the idea of AI stealing the realm of creativity from artists.
Mhm.
Like I feel like people work their whole lives, they learn their craft, they become artists. AI comes along, just literally steals artwork from hundreds or thousands of artists to create AI. Do I think AI is really interesting? Yes. Do I find some images awesome? I do. But like I still hate the idea of it. So that's why I can be of two minds. And I'm two minds of this guy. This guy comes in here, gets a booth, pays for the booth,
Mhm.
sells his what was out. I guess he was selling prints and stuff. That's all neat. But when there's other artists around you who are working their asses off trying to draw, trying to
Yeah.
paint, trying to break into this industry, and you're just AIing art, there's no effort, there's no work, there's no journey to become that artist. You just are selling it. So, I mean, so do I feel bad? The guy paid for the table, probably paid for his room, took the weekend off, there's
Mhm.
all these expenditures. So when they asked him to leave, because all the other artists were like, this guy's an AI artist, this isn't fair to us. We're trying to
Mhm.
make a living.
Right.
This guy's basically just stealing. So they asked him to leave, and he doesn't want to leave. That's why they called the police. They called the police because the guy didn't want to leave.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
I, I hate that I feel bad for people, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like you're there kind of with scumbag intentions. You're there selling other people's art, basically. And we see that often. You'll see, even if it's not AI, it's still just images stolen offline. Maybe they'll throw some extra paint on it. This has been a thing at Comic Cons for years. Prints, T-shirts, metal, like they're all cool things, but like it's not your artwork.
Right. 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 Yeah. We've
You
seen
know?
we've seen stuff where people do like an original painting of a draw a paint a cover we know. You know what I mean? Like it's like well, like yeah, you're doing an original painting sort of like, but yeah, AI's worse because basically it's done and then printed. Like it's not. There's no. I can see if someone painted like literally came from scratch and painted it up. Um, I guess what's not great is that and I tried to go on a couple of the sites. So the Instagram's private now, but apparently it did list this, which is kind of bad. It says social media account didn't seem too apologetic posting. I'd share a screenshot of my sales this weekend, but don't have to show it. Don't have to show it. Get any to give any explanation to you losers. You guys are sore because you don't sell shit and will be forever broke. Having fun being a broke bitch. Then that was taken down. It's like fuck you, man. So now I'm like fuck this guy. You know what I mean? But it's hard. Again, it's hard to say. But yeah, I feel like yeah, if you're in a room and a bunch of people are, especially if there's art that is resembling something that like is a person there, exhibiting their actual art or their actual prints. Like we like going to cons because we like to buy the prints from the people. Like
Yeah,
Lee Weeks, I think is going to be down in Baltimore again this year, and last year every time I
it's
went
an
by there
excuse.
was really
It's an
busy.
excuse to talk to them.
Yeah.
Like yeah, we want the print, but also
Um.
we want that conversation. We want that 5 minutes of your time
Oh yeah. Yeah.
answering our questions. Like we love that.
Yeah, I think that's, and I always try to bring something kind of interesting for them to sign or some older stuff. And, like I had a great
You
experience
always
last year
I used to love bringing
with
the oldest thing they possibly worked on.
I do like the fact that like I wore a Death's Head shirt to meet Liam Sharp and then he was mad that it was I even said it wasn't his. Like I know it's not it's Brian's. So you knew it was a Brian Hitch drawing.
Right.
And I think that's fine because again, Brian Hitch has like a pretty long history of Death's Head 1 drawing. So it's kind of interesting that he drew Mistec Wars, which is great. And I said, listen, if they made, you know, I said I didn't want to buy a bootleg shirt. I even told him I was gonna, this was an actual like designed shirt sold. I was like, but I would love it to have a Liam Sharp Death's Head shirt, you know. I'm curious to see. Well, he's coming up. He's coming up. He's coming up.
You got to
Um,
see if you can find. Did they ever make? You remember they did make a Death's Head 2 shirt. It's one of those. I don't know if it
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
graffiti. It was, but it's like one of those messy ones with like everything was like black panels
yeah,
behind everything. Probably like
yeah,
a $300 shirt now.
yeah. No good. I must have not had the headline for this, but they're banning a bunch of books in Canada. Is Canada becoming more cancel culture? They took Watchmen out of a lot of libraries. Did you see this? Um, and it's all from like kind of like gay or queer stuff, which is weird, you know. So
That's weird for Canada.
yeah,
I
I don't know.
mean,
A lot of
be
preacher.
all libraries. Oh, it's just for students. Till 12? I would say 15. There's a point because I read Watchmen at 14.
No, through grade 12. That's the entire fucking. That's
I
through high
know.
school.
Well, like these books should be available to high schoolers, but not under high schoolers. I could see that, but not till 12 now.
No, it's grade 12. You're saying grade 12. They're saying that's senior. That's
Yeah,
17,
seeing
18.
it. That's bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
bad.
don't like that. I said these books should all be available to high schoolers. If you want to keep them out of elementary schools,
They may be
common
accessible as 10 through 12 if content is. It's just like it's just weird censorship. I never read Blankets, Berserk Volume 3, just Volume 3. What the fuck happens in
blankets
Volume
isn't.
3? What happens in Volume
Blankets.
3 of Berserk? It's just weird. Like it's like I read Berserk 1 and 2, and then they're like, oh, go right to 4. What happened? You know what I mean? You can't skip it. You can't skip it. And so here's another non-announcement. They listen, don't put this press release out. I don't know who AMP is. AMP Comics. You're gonna do a Greatest American Hero, and you're gonna have William Cat. I need a piece of art. This is an artistic medium. We need a piece of art. Anything, anything. There's not. You don't have anyone. You don't have anyone. You have a writer. You have a co-writer. Okay, just help me out. Help me out.
Help a brother out.
Okay. There was a. Let me see here. There was already a series. It says Cat wrote his own three-issue miniseries based on the pilot episode in 2008. Self-published. I don't know. Did you ever see that? I never saw that.
No, no. Did I hear
Interesting.
about him doing it? I think so, but I don't
It,
recall.
it sounds right, but yeah, why isn't William Cat on the convention scene? You know, the convention scene is really funny. Is that it used to be seen as very. I'm trying to think the early conventions for us from Mount Laurel. Like who was there? Like Forrest J. Ackerman. We're like, who the fuck is this guy? Or people from like
Oh
Plan
yeah.
9 from Outer Space. We're like, these fucking old people. And now we're like, oh man, can I meet those people? Oh, they're dead. Shit. You know what I mean? Like when we were too young to really recognize it. You know, they were there.
Yeah.
Who they were, like what the deal is. You know. I
What
missed him
is
a
the
couple
deal?
times, but I mean, I think the Sam Jones love has kind of happened, but because of Ted basically, but like
Yeah. Is that funny?
Sam Jones. Well, there is a documentary. I think it's on Tubi. It's called like This Is After. I
No
think it's called
way.
After Flash or
Tubi?
something like that. Dude, everything's on Tubi. Dude, fucking Tubi's the
Ah.
best.
I know you love
Tubi's
it.
the best. It's just the best. I swear. We went through Netflix on Friday night, dude. Fucking nothing, nothing, zero. Went through Hulu, nothing, zero. Fucking Tubi,
Are you
three,
watching
four things.
Are you watching Aliens Earth?
It's fine. I'm
I like it
sick of it.
better than I like it better than Fine.
I
Did
don't
you watch
know.
this week's? I thought it was really
The
good.
thing was, I think the one was episode one was really good. Two was a little off the rails. Three, I was a little. Three, I couldn't keep my attention. Again, very little attention span. Very little.
You do. I do.
Very hard
You
to
know
do.
Noah Hawley was going to do Star Trek at one point. He was going to take over. I think he was going to make a TV show, but it was going to be more like Next Generation. And I know it was going to be a lot about Data, but I
Mm.
know he had Rami Malek and Kate Blanchett were attached to it. So it
Oh.
was like really moving forward, and like that would have been an awesome show. Like, because he's a huge Star Trek fan. I think one of his favorite things, he always quotes he quoted it twice in Wrath of Khan. There's a scene where William Shatner puts on his glasses. He goes, it's so subtle, but it like makes Khan relax a little. Like, oh, he's got to wear glasses. He's not perfect. Like,
Mm.
and he points that out. It's like that scene costs nothing to do, but it's so important to like the rest of the movie.
Hmm.
I'm like, that's really, I don't know, it's just really like Noah Hawley. He's just really good. I've enjoyed all his shows, and the most recent episode of Aliens Earth was just phenomenal.
Was it? Well, it's
Because
only eight. I could probably finish it out.
yeah, finish it. He's got a love for this stuff. This episode was all about it's all about the spaceship and what happens before the crash. So it's like really good.
I liked
Well,
how much I liked episode one, but I feel like it went off the rails like so quick. Well, as soon as it went to like another director, it was like gone. Like to me, it just
well,
it
oh,
didn't hold.
this
But to
episode
see
was
come back,
actually Noah Hawley. Yeah,
yeah. See, that's what I mean. It's like
episode five.
you have to like vet your people out to a certain. That's why like a Peacemaker, the people that he's used, they're so similar, or he's super involved. So I'm not sure. I mean, again, these are hard. To run a show, I'm sure is difficult. I'm still a little nervous about Criminal. I'm hoping that it'll be a situation where it'll end up being, you know, I guess I'm not that confident after I read the Criminal graphic novel last week, which is all about the creator making concessions to Hollywood and had no control. And I was like, is this what already happened? And then
I think that's more about
I
stuff
think
in the
that's more what
past. I
already
don't think
happened.
he's a showrunner, so I think what he says goes
I know, but
for the
sometimes
criminal show.
sometimes it's not good if you're too close to it. You know what I mean? That's what I think is it if you're it could that could also kind of hinder it. It could be like John Mulaney. John Mulaney on his own set says like I'm making the show and I hate it. Like he made that I never watched that.
Mulaney,
Yeah,
it
I
is
never
a
watched it.
it is a show where you are positive the second season would be incredible. You
Yeah,
watch the first season, you're like, okay, you like it. It's bad.
yeah. I
It's
never
never like
watched it.
bad, but it's like you're like, no, there's so much potential in that show. That was literally the feeling I had. I'm like, the second season of this is going to be so good.
What the fuck did I just see? I saw a clip of a commercial for a pilot, and the pilot is on YouTube. It was Peter Boyle, and he turns into a bulldog. He's a cop, and he gets hit, and then he gets turned into a bulldog, and
I've
then and
seen something
then
about this.
yeah, and then somebody worked on that show, and then was on I think it's Stargate, and then he worked on Stargate, and he was a writer for Stargate, and they actually made a reference to the show. It's like we were trying to make the show with Peter Boyle as a bulldog, like that's ridiculous, and that there was like a weird writer of that. Yeah, let me look it up. It was Peter
That,
Boyle
that's funny.
Bulldog show, Peter Boyle Bulldog, Puchinsky, Puchinsky. I'll put it up, dude. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but I want to watch it so bad. Like it looks because the
Oh yeah.
puppet looks really good. Yeah, it looks really, really. Let me see what year this was.
I was very happy when I got the pilot.
1990. NBC fucking contracted. 1990. Holy fuck. Amy Yazbek. But she was who was Amy Yazbek? George
And
Newbern. Amy Yazbek. Was she was in Splash 2. Oh, I forgot there was a Splash 2.
there was a Splash
Dude.
2. And there was like a
Oh,
fat guy who was supposed to be,
TOO.
yeah.
Holy shit.
I
Dude,
forgot
I
about
know
that
what I'm
movie.
doing. House 2, Problem Child, in the
I
mask.
like
Amy
I like House
Yazbek,
2.
she's in the mask. She's the redhead in the mask. Got it.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Robin
She
Hood
was
Dead
in
and Loving It. Robin Hood Men in
yeah,
Tights.
she's in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
She's got the chastity belt. That's right.
Yes, that's
That's
right.
right. Dude, Splash 2. Dude, I find it so fucking fascinating that Splash on Disney Plus has like a fake hair, like
Oh yeah.
AI hair or computer generated hair over Daryl Hannah's butt in that one scene. What the
Yeah.
fuck? It's so weird. I
I
love it.
I I
McClunky.
also
I have a
love
McClunky shirt. You know what I mean? That's more of a George Lucas thing though.
uh,
Uh, because George Lucas edited that scene with Han shooting first 4 separate times. We should do a video on that, dude. McClunky, McClunky Gate, dude. McClunky's so strange. He's decided
yeah.
that scene. He just kept tweaking that fucking scene. Take frames out, put frames in. It's different. 3 extra edits. It's different special edition. It's different when it hit DVD and Blu-ray, and then it's different when it hit Disney Plus. It's 3 extra edits. So weird. So
It
strange.
is.
Can you
It
imagine
is.
being the artist? And I think they even talk about it in one of the documentaries. They're like, yeah, uh he has to move his head because the shot behind him and there's the actual like thing on the wall, the where the shot's there, so that has to be there. So we have to move his head. Fucking moves his head like this, like it's just the
Yeah,
same
and
fucking frame, just moving. So stupid. I love it. Anyway, spiraling back, Nexus, the launch. I think this is. I feel like they've done. Didn't they have, or they had like I think they had Nexus Archives or Dark Horse. So that
Yeah.
was a Nexus Omnibus. These were like a buck 50 a piece. 888
And
paid
this
is
is Mike Barron
149.
doing this, right?
I think so. Yeah, because
I
they
think
don't
it's him.
talk, I
Yeah.
think. I don't think they're talking anymore.
They go back and forth. I think. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't
I
know why,
saw an
but
interview
I
with
have
Steve
guesses.
Rude though. Steve Rude's kind of a shit. He's kind of a dickhead, you
Is
know.
he?
Yeah, he comes off kind of a shithead. So, four omnibuses. Hmm. And
I
they
met
said,
him. I met him once. He was, I mean, he was nice enough. I
yeah,
met him at Wizard World Chicago back when they had Wizard World Chicago.
I've never read. I think I've read only Nexus in team up books. Nexus meets Madman.
Magnus,
Nexus
Magnus,
meets Magnus. Yeah.
Predator. I
Did he
got you.
meet Predator? Did Nexus meet Predator? I don't know.
Oh no, Magnus met Predator,
Magnus
but
met
it had a
Predator.
Steve. But Steve Rude did it, right? Or did covers.
Nope. Barry Wind's put the covers, and Lee Weeks did the art inside. Two issues. He might have did a variant or might have had some type of card or
There's
something
something
around
he
that
did. I
time.
don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, all good. Here's my boy, Liam Sharp. Liam Sharp doing a 6 issue miniseries, which is basically the first series that he did was coming near his Verotica.
Veronica, yeah.
Yeah, what was that? That was
The
it
Glenn
was
Glenna
Glenn Danzig company,
Danzig,
right?
Danzig, yeah.
Which was basically him drawing like just like have more of like a heavy metal style, you know. So
Yes.
when he was contracted to do Spawn Dark Ages, the first issue cover is Glenn Fabry painting over um, a Liam Sharp sketch. And it was okay, but then it was Brian Holgan, I think, is that right? Working on that at that time. I never completed it. I think there is a trade. It goes to Nat Jones at a certain point. Not that different. Um, So I don't know if it's going to be a sequel, but I do like that this is going to be, he's coloring it as well. This seems to be more of his Brave and the Bold style. But what's funny is I feel like some of the preview art like this, I thought was for a Conan story because I've seen some of his preview art over a year or two
Yes, I
ago.
remember you telling me.
And I'm like, oh, I guess that's for Spawn and whatever.
I I love Liam. I love everything Liam Sharp does. I'm just not the hugest fan of his paintings, but his coloring and art and ink, I love all that. But when he
Yeah.
paints, I feel like he messes up all his awesome dark lines. I'm just
Yeah. I think
I'm
this
just
looks
a
clean.
traditionalist.
I think this looks as good as he's done it.
Oh, that looks
Uh,
great.
you know, see, I feel like,
Like this is his colors.
yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
looks really good. Look at the leaves. There's different shades. Like this is important.
Yeah, it's not Starhenge, and he recently did an Exo Man of War mini, but he did his Starhenge style, so it's all his digital painting. Which, again, we like his lines. I
Yeah.
like your lines. Like this feels like this is actually Ryan Brown, not Ryan
Hmm.
Brown E, right? Not Ryan Brown 8 million genies or whatever. There's the other Ryan Brown, you know. So this is a little bit closer to his other style, Liam Sharp's other painted style, but pretty good, pretty good. I'll take it. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
You'll take it.
I didn't go over all. I feel like there was 6 or 7 blind bag announcements this week. This was the only one I thought was kind of interesting. Is that and good on KeenSpot because KeenSpot hired this guy really early on with I guess he had a card set. Is that where this came from? He had a card set where it was all the
Yeah.
like the Universal monsters, and then KeenSpot's like, you want to do something with this? And I think I have a free. Maybe I should sell it. I have the free comic book day. Is that may be worth some money? I'm not sure. I guess I could sell it.
I mean, it's worth like $5.
I'll take it.
There's
I'll take
there's like a
$5.
hundred there's like 100,000 of them out there.
But yeah, so I mean, to me, like we didn't. I'd be curious to see like the final Batman numbers, the final Batman numbers of Batman number one. I'd be curious to see like versus like something like this. But there's so many blind bag stuff coming. There's Turtles 13 blind bag. There is Ultimate something or other is doing it, and I feel like the DC like whatever they're doing, like an Ultimate Evil or they're doing Absolute Evil, something like that. They're having blind bags for
Right.
that too. It's like, God
I
damn it.
like bags. It's funny because the Battle Beast blind bag. Do you remember that they had foil covers for number one, a foil cover for number two? Like you could get a foil cover to number two without even getting
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah, that's
They
awesome.
were immediately all $100 comics,
Mhm.
and I think they're all like under $20 now
Right.
because everything's calmed down. This blows my mind. Like Absolute Batman sold 400,000 copies. Jim Lee's Batman sold 400,000 copies.
Right.
Battle
Sure.
Beast sold 400,000 copies. And now Monster sells 350,000 copies?
Yeah.
That's
Keen Spot.
amazing.
And Keen
Most
Spot's
people don't even know
no
what
one.
Monsters is. This is not like This is
Yeah.
crazy. Um, I am glad Liefeld got a cover out of him for Youngblood. Like that's cool. He's a Liefeld fan.
Yeah, 5.99
Um,
coming out in October. You know, again, this was this was a these are like some of the other stuff he had. Like that's awesome. Uh that's awesome. Like I mean again, I think I just get tired of a lot of the like this is restrained, but I feel like a lot of the Mark Spear stuff we see is just so heavy reds or heavy blues and it's a little they look a little too waxy, you know?
I
This
get
looks a
it.
little more like Alex Ross. This one it doesn't even really look like it looks like a EM Geisses doesn't even look like. And I think this might have been some of his earlier stuff. I don't know if that this is for this or not. This might have been from the other one. Um, but yeah, he had one that was up. It was a 9.9. It went for like 1700 dollars
Yeah, this one here. Holy
last
crap.
month. Um, this is a very expensive. This is $110, and it doesn't look as good as I would want it. You know,
Nah.
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 I think the one, yeah, the one that you can, actually had him on something. I had my NECA Godzilla and Godzilla versus Destroya, which is this again my favorite. There it is. It's actually on my drink right now. My Toon Tumbler, the best one. If anyone buys any pint glasses, always get the Toon Tumbler ones brand because if you buy any other one, they'll just fall off. Like if you buy any cheap ones, if you see ones at Marshalls or something like that, do not buy it. Spend money on these because they will last. So there's a free plug for Tune Tumblers.
Good job.
Just look at that. So laid up, that's fine. There's actually a couple things here where you can order some stuff directly from Super 7, like a different, I think he had a different like, blast out of his mouth and stuff. Blast out of your mouth. We love these. These look really awesome. Like again, I think the packaging on these are really great. These are little action figures of people, of little kids wearing Ben Cooper costumes that have never come out. So these are from like the first like three or four Dungeons and Dragons, uh, like just early artwork. Like look how fucking fun that is,
That
man.
is awesome.
That is so cool. And then they have like a D20. You and I, we have more. There's Conan, watching Conan
Love it. You love
every
them.
day,
That is your
every
thing,
day,
dude. They
day.
should, I would say they should do a Conan versus Godzilla fight, but that's just really one-sided. But you would
Yeah,
love that.
Conan
That
would
would be.
win. You mean Conan winning? Um, where's that from?
Was that? Milligan got it for me. I don't have a light on in my room, so I can't tell who it's from.
Get one for
But it's awesome.
me.
I love Super.
Get one for me. You says when I first saw this because I saw the signature, I thought the signature was really close to like Philip Tan's signature. You know,
Right.
you said this is Danny Miki doing. Are they cards or are they trading cards?
And they
Or
look like trading cards. I don't know. It could be bigger, but it's just a cool. It's
that's
nice to
great.
see. Like he's just so known for being an anchor, but he's a really talented penciler. You remember he did a like early on in his career, he did a Warcry backup comic. Warcry was his
Oh, I
extreme
have it.
character. You good? It's so extreme. Like they only did that one book with him, that one backup, but he's on the George Perez extreme poster, like in a really great position, like bottom, like really big drawing of Warcry. So that's kind of cool that like Liefeld let him be in the George Perez poster. But Danny Miki, always a phenomenal inker. And I saw this, I love when people draw Man Thing and Swamp Thing together. It's just two awesome characters. Both have incredible runs by incredible. I mean, neither one of
Yeah.
these characters ever gets a modern book they deserve.
No. Yeah, they always kind of plop out and they're okay. Yeah, I think I guess I should just start making it a staple around Halloween to watch that Werewolf by Night like special, you
Such a
know.
good special.
They did make a really good action figure of them from that special, which is really close to like, but that was pretty good. But yeah, I wish they did something with even with that Werewolf by Night. I think that it was at Diego Luna. Like, just keep working on it, keep doing it.
Yeah,
Or is that a different Diego? One of
I
them.
don't know.
One of them.
You sound
Um,
racist.
yeah. Well, there's two Diegos, right? And they both worked on things. Let me see. Hold on.
It worked on things. That's a good apt description. Yeah, I have never read the complete Gerber run of Man Thing, so I really have to read that. Swamp Thing, I've probably read every Swamp Thing comic. Oh, I don't read the Miller run. Like I set it aside, like I'm gonna read this one day, and I just haven't
Oh
delved
yeah,
into it because that's
that's good.
early. I know. That's what it's like. One of those. You ever just like save books? That's what I kind of did there.
Whoa, this is from
Yeah,
Youngblood 2, number
Youngblood number two. It's page one, Youngblood two. Just a cool image Live put up. Youngblood two is gonna come
Colonel
out.
Bravo back there.
I'll take them.
What's
I'll
that
take
guy's
them.
name again? Risk or something like that?
Ravage. No,
Ravage.
Ravage. No, not Ravage.
Risk.
It's Vandal.
There you go.
It's
And then
Vandal.
Strife,
You have Xerxes,
not
not Strife.
Strife.
Colonel
Yes.
Bravo, not Cable.
Yeah.
Vandal, not Deadpool. Get it right, Mark. Um, this is a trading card I just recently had rediscovered. Tom Rainey. Tom Rainey Stormwatch run with Warren Ellis is like tops. Like that is must read comics. It
Or
was
is
such
it
a cool
upper
move.
deck? Is it tops or upper deck? Or is it front row?
It's Wildstorm. Wildstorm made their own card series.
Yeah.
That's what it was one of Jim Lee's things, and I think all the Image card series after Jim Lee Wildstorm was all through Wildstorm. And I think Liefeld was the only one who's like, no thanks, Jim. I'll do it on my own. But the reason what's cool about this is one, it's art not used in the series. It's not a cover, not a
Right.
pinup. And this card in particular was signed by Tom Rainey on the back, hence the premium
Oh,
signature series. So
you
I
got
just
this
thought I'd
where?
share that with you.
You have it? Or you
Yeah,
owned it
yeah,
from?
yeah. I owned it from collecting cards back in the 90s.
Yeah, man.
Hardcore card collector. If it was a comic card series with original art, I bought it. The Max series, beautiful. The Savage Dragon series, you got you got art by Sam Keith and Todd McFarlane, Greg Capullo, like Jason Peterson, Joe Mad. All these guys love doing card art because it was easy, it was a good paycheck.
Yeah, that's I don't want to get into that. I don't want to start. I did get the some what I got the Chromium Conan's series 1 and 2. Came in the binder. They had one had like the packaging. I
Yeah.
mean, it was nice. They're pretty nice. I mean, those come out pretty well. They photograph horribly though. I was going to try and put one up. I
Oh,
think I put
Chromium,
one
yeah.
up. I think I put one up on Instagram. I was like, but it's impossible to photograph. It's nice to
You,
be
you you have to photograph it like,
present.
yeah, without light almost. Because if you
It's
do a
so
flash,
goofy, the stuff that you buy and you're like, this is going to photograph great, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that photographs great. Like here's an example. Um, like just something I'm grabbing. Like these. There's a Aries series that's pretty fun, but I know it's so glossy. It's not going to photograph well. Like it's just not.
I
Uh, but
when I publish my comic, I'm purposely publishing it not glossy. I don't think glossy adds to comics. Like who like slick paper, I get the idea that you like it, but like and it holds colors pretty well, but that glare, just terrible for comics.
yeah, but then I end up getting some Weapon X like originals, and then trying to think who did some of the art, and some of this is yeah, like the Steve Ditko cap. So so it's kind of funny, right? So like you got both creators coming back to Marvel, right? Um, but basically Kirby never comes back and works on anything he created in the 60s. He comes back and works on Cap. He
Which he
works on
created in the
Black
40s.
Panther. Right. Well, I guess Black Panther's probably the closest thing, but he does like his own like Black Panther like continuity sort of, right? He
Yeah,
does the 77 Silver Surfer graphic novel, which is not continuity, right? That's its own separate origin too, different. So
right.
it's like whatever he came back to, and then you have Ditko coming back. Ditko takes over Machine Man, right? And then he does Squirrel Girl, creates Squirrel Girl with Scott Lobdell, is that right? Or just by himself?
Is it? I forget.
Speedball. Speedball. Um,
Right.
and
They
then
come back to create. They didn't come back to revisit. This
yeah,
wasn't like a victory lap for them.
Micronauts. So Dicko comes back, does Micronauts annual, does some ROM issues, like it's like finishes ROM, like and it's funny, and then does like a Cap story, which is like it's a Kirby character basically, right? So it's just funny what you see in someone, but that'll photograph great. That'll be something that'll photograph great.
Yeah, I often wonder like I have this digital collection of stuff and I scan this card. So is it better to scan the card or take a photograph? I don't know.
It's tough.
Um, this is a great continuation of our AI conversation. Warner Brothers is suing Midjourney for copyright infringement. They says alleged, but it's just straight up copyright infringement. I know if
Yeah.
you go online, all you see is AI pictures of Batman, or Supergirl or sexy this or that. They're just
Right,
they're
Harley Quinn's a big
they
one.
just love DC. I think they love DC characters more than Marvel, and I'm sure Disney will get in on this lawsuit too. 150,000 per infringed work. That's
Oh,
crazy.
I didn't read that right when I first read it,
Per
because
infringed work.
I can't, that's a whole sentence, Rob. I can't read that whole
I know.
sentence.
You can't read that. There's a sentence in between.
Oh, I didn't read that one either. Yeah. So again,
They're arguing that it's why people want to use AI, and there's a lot of people that are using it just for these reasons.
mm,
And Mid Journey is not the only one. You can do it on any number of AI companies, but I think Mid Journey is one of the more popular ones right now. And you know what? This might be where this guy who got kicked out of the convention is getting his work done. He could be doing it through Mid Journey. It's
right.
so easy to go in there and give me Batman in a Frank Miller style, holding up Superman's corpse, and then you'll get that. Like, it's so easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how, because there are a couple places where I'm looking, like, I mean, I would like to buy vintage shirts of stuff, right? We talked about like getting a desk set shirt, but you can go onto like Redbubble and someone will be a design buy, which you think some of the art it's not quite the comic art, right? So
Right.
or it's a little bit different. That's why like it's interesting the way that we buy things. Like to me, I saw like a Spider-Man shirt recently and I was like, I just don't know who drew it, so I won't buy it. You know what I mean? I won't do it. Like I won't like I know this is like an official Mess of the Universe like cover, like an official Mess of the Universe like shirt, right?
Right.
But I won't buy something unless I know it which artist. It is funny when you go through like Walmart has a bunch of like kid shirts and it's like they have a Spider-Man 300 shirt and it's all the new black costume and I'm like, like it's just funny that they have like these like shirts that like we would have killed for,
You know what
in
I
the
do?
90s.
I'm such an elitist jerk. This is what I do. Uh, Whenever my daughters have a friend over, or when I'm delivering to people at for UPS, I'm pretty friendly with people, and someone will come out and they'll wear a Wolverine shirt, and I'll talk to them for a second. It's like, oh, I love Wolverine. I said, do you know who drew the shirt? And nobody ever does. I'm like, that's a Jim Lee shirt. That's a John Byrne
Yeah.
Wolverine. That's a, you know what I mean? Like,
Right, right.
I love doing that. Um, it's just funny. I'm not a jerk about it. I'm just like,
You're a
but
jerk.
if you have a tattoo, you better know who that artist is. And I
Yeah.
actually became friendly with a guy because he had a Michael Turner Captain America. I'm
Mm.
like, do you know who drew that? He's like, Michael Turner? I'm like, fucking, hey, dude,
Yeah,
good.
I think you should. Right, especially I mean you're getting inked on, so you should. Yeah, you should. Yeah, the one guy that there's a haircut place near me in High Nella. High Nella, baby.
Hynella is a town.
High Nella Bar and Grill. Uh and he's got like Lenore. He's got Giant the Homicidal Maniac and Lenore tattoos. And I kind of asked him, I was like, do you still keep up with those people? Like, because they're not really doing it. And he's like, Lenore's still coming out. And then he's like, told me it's coming out through self-publishing or Kickstarter or shit. And I was like, well, good on you. You're like the Ronin Dirge person. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah, good.
like cool. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't sure of the cred. You know what I mean? It's like, was that just like a thing you liked
Well,
at one time?
you
Like, it's still going for you? You still going with
the,
that?
the the worst is that I saw a guy with a Deadpool tattoo on his leg. And it's a straight up liefeld drawing New Mutants 98 Deadpool. I'm
Mm.
like, oh, that's a really cool looking Deadpool. He's like, thanks, man. I said, I'm a little bit friendly with the guy who created it. He goes, oh, you know Stan Lee? And I
Oof,
went, oh my God. I said, no,
that's
Stan
really
Lee,
far off. Yeah.
dude. I told Rob the story. And he's like, Rob, I hear it all the time. People just think Stan Lee created everything for Marvel. And that includes Deadpool.
Yikes. That's no good. No good.
No, no good.
No good.
So
So, but that's it for the news. We're going to wrap it up.
that's a
Everyone
that's a good
enjoy
amount of
reviews
news.
day. Pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of questionable things. AI's in, just getting in everybody's head. I agree.
It's what's so frustrating about AI is a lot of it looks good. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I think that's more of the scare. I think
It's
that's more of
frustrating.
the thing that, the labor of it, Can you
And
imagine?
there is a cancel culture out there for it. And one DC artist got blamed for being an AI artist, and DC canceled his covers. And then it's like, no, here's my sketches, here's here's everything I did
Right.
to build up to that. So he got
Yeah.
canceled for like no reason. But his
Who
art
was
looked
that? Was that
like
Matina?
I kind of forget. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I
But
think the
yeah, but
guy,
can you come back from it? Like that's the thing. Even in Hollywood, like with some of the cancel culture stuff, like are you going to be able to come back? You know what I mean? Like are you going to be able to beat that? You know?
yeah, I think a comic book artist can come back. If you're just that talented, you can show it. You just have to, he just for a long time has to show his process.
Yeah,
He's got to prove that he's drawing it. And that sucks.
yeah. Don't show reverse uh potential process, which I think happened in something recently that I got, and I was like, I don't think this is a real sketch. I think you did that completely, and then you're showing me a
Oh yeah, you
sketch of
did say
this.
that. I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
you have to
know.
look
I
at a
don't know if I
couple
agree
of
with
them.
you or
Like,
not on that one.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But
Anyway,
it's interesting. It's an interesting thought.
everyone, you do a great job. Everyone, like, share, subscribe, watch to the end. Just put on, just get a playlist. Just leave it on. Just leave it on. Go do stuff.
Just leave it on repeat,
You know what I mean?
Let's get our
We
numbers
gotta
up
get.
to maybe we'll hit triple digits.
Yeah, we need to get the more subscribers. The I guess the first so many minutes is so as a factor comments or a factor comment what you want us to talk about, what we think our opinions are. We maybe we'll do a Q&A, do a
Also,
Reddit
do you want us to jump into the news, or
AMA,
do you want to hear a little bit about us? Do you want to hear about like I didn't we
uh,
didn't even talk about like plugs, like
divorces. About divorces,
you want to hear about
multiple
that? That's what people love. People love that.
people love it. People love
So
it. All right,
check Mark
everybody.
out on Instagram, idiosyncratic pulp.
That's it.
You can check me out on Twitter, Rob Messick. Still doing a Youngblood cover a day. Today,
Uh,
I think yesterday I did a Chapel Prophet
oh,
ad
I
that never
had that.
got
I had
used
that
as a
pulled
cover.
up. Oh, I have it. Maybe I have it in a different thing. I did pull it. Damn it.
Did you pull it? You
Yeah,
always do. You're the king
thought I
of pulling
pulled it.
it.
Thought I pulled it. We'll have to put it in front of the reviews. I did pull it. That's weird. Well, we should cut it.
Peculiar.
Forget it.
That's fine. You can go. You can. Mark will put up a couple pictures. Wait a minute. You do the X. I'm going to do the Y. Can't really
Yeah.
do a Y.
Yeah. We'll do it. The opposite. The
That's fine.
opposite.
So everyone, have a great week.
All right, everyone. Thank
News it
you.
up. News it up.